What's good, y'all? Everybody talking about Rant of Revengeance, bro. All y'all talking about Rant of Revengeance. That's crazy. What's good, y'all? We are back. Ooh, boy, it's been a minute. Stream. What's good, chat? What's good, chat? Chat. Damn, chat was loaded. What the fuck? Everybody in here talking about Reigns of Revengeance. Here, I'll report his channel right now if everyone here does. If YouTube wanted to take down his channel, it would be gone by now. that's just not gonna work. There's probably been dozens of niggas who have fucking did that shit at this point. How y'all doing though? Oh, hang on, my cable's loose. Hold the fuck up. Okay. Alright, we straight. Nice bun. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you. You know, I style my hair from time to time. How y'all doing, though? How y'all doing? I think someone stole his pot of gold. Ranting for Vengeance didn't even make a review, to be honest. He made a hate piece. We gonna take a look at it. How do I join your server? Hold up. I got you. I got you real quick. It's going good, man. I've been off the past couple days. Didn't really have to work, so I'm just chilling. Dude, I was supposed to make my review on Wakanda Forever, but I was just not Wakanda Forever. Fantastic Four First Steps, but I was literally so tired from work. Cause I work at a warehouse, right? So my arms, like, I gotta like do physical shit. Like when I tried to type on the keyboard to like edit and stuff, I was just like, nah. Like I couldn't do it, bro. I gotta spend these couple days recovering. So I'm gonna just give y'all. I decided I will just give you guys, before we hop into the bad takes, I will just give you guys my general thoughts on Fantastic Four First Steps. Before we get into it, if you're in the Discord, you probably already know my thoughts. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a pretty solid film. It's a pretty solid movie. Probably by far. What y'all think of the movie? I think this is by far the best adaptation of the Fantastic Four live action that we've gotten. I will say that. In my opinion, I think this is the best one. Now, again, given the other two adaptations, I know that's not saying a lot, but I really think this should definitely be the baseline of how Fantastic Four media should go about moving forward. I loved Reed, loved Sue. I thought Johnny was cool. He was fine. Although I don't really not like how they kind of nerfed his ego a little bit. He kind of like, it's not bad or anything, but I wish they would have kept Johnny Storm's ego, because Johnny's ego made him more entertaining to watch for me. It doesn't make it bad or anything, but I think the 2003 one had the better Johnny Storm, in my opinion. Everything else was good. I think everything else was solid. Love Galactus. Y'all haven't watched it? Bro, why are y'all in this stream if y'all haven't? Oh, y'all just want to support the boy. Y'all just want to support your boy. Okay. I'll let it slide. But I love Galactus, bro. If y'all haven't seen this damn movie, what they do with Galactus in this movie, bro, I loved it. He wasn't some fucking cloud. Like in Silver Surfer, who the fuck, bro? Who the fuck decided that he should be a fucking cloud in Silver Surfer? Like, whose creative choice was that? I loved how smart Johnny was. Yeah, I think okay. I think that was I think that was great. I think that was good. The fact that they actually like did something with Johnny, because he's usually known for like being a meathead, being a dumbass, stuff like that. I like the fact that they actually utilized his intelligence. Like because he's smart. He's not as smart as Reed or Sue, but he's still smart. Like that scene where he light spoiler, where he like deciphered the alien language and shit with the Silver Surfer. I thought that was cool. Cause it's actually telling us, hey, there's more to Johnny besides the whole not narcissistic, besides the cocky shit. I just wish they would have kept the cocky shit in there, to be honest. Because the cocky stuff was what made Johnny fun to watch for me. But other than that, I think it was fine. The whole stuff they did with him and Silver Surfer was great. I do feel like they nerfed his personality a little bit though. Maybe that's just me. I don't think they should have dialed down his ego. This Johnny is definitely the most comic accurate personality wise. Just remembering that in the Hickman run, they revealed he is the one that builds Reed's prototypes for sure, for sure. I love all that. I love all that. I just wish they would have kept his cockiness. That's all. That's all I'm saying. But he's still great. The Thing was cool. The Thing was great. I don't think the cloud was that bad. I like those Lovecraft vibes of being afraid of what's inside those things. I looked up the reason behind why they did that. Apparently, they were planning to save Galactus's true form for like a third film or something, which was still pretty stupid. But if you like the clout, that's cool. I personally think they should have just used his physical form because it looked way cooler. I originally thought they chose not to do it for like budget reasons. Oh shit, hold up. Hold up. Hero Culture, thank you for the $2. Don't understand the hate for Pedro. He's fine. Yeah, Pedro's Reed was cool. For sure. I don't understand. I feel like the whole Pedro stuff, but y'all gotta remember, niggas was been trying to get at Pedro before the movie. They were trying to call him like a creep and shit. What did they do? Why were they trying to call him a creep? They were trying to call him a creep because like something with the female actor, like he was holding her hand or something. I know what, but I think they already clarified that, saying that there was just a thing he does, like when he gets nervous or some shit. And the female actor Vanessa Kirby, she said she was cool with it, but of course, these weirdos had to take it and spin it and try and make it seem like, oh, she's a creep when that's not what happened. But yeah, I think Reed in the movie was great. Reed in the movie was awesome. He's very much a genius in the film. He's cool. I like Reed. Hold up. I liked Reed in the movie. The retro futuristic stuff, bro. I have to say, hold up. I have to tell y'all something real quick. Hang on, where's the trailer at? Yeah, the Pedro hate was hella forced for sure. But he's very much a genius in the movie. They don't humiliate him for Sue like niggas been saying they were gonna do. They don't do any of that. All of them get their fair share of like story and plot in the movie. Some criticisms I will say. I think the pacing could have used some work. The CGI looked a bit weird at times. But that's pretty much about it. I think it was a very solid film. Like I said before, 8 out of 10. Oh, I wish they got to use their powers a little bit more. That's another thing. I don't think we got to see them use their powers nearly as much, which is fine because the story wants to be more like character focus. But I would have just preferred to see them use their powers more. But the whole retro futuristic stuff was like so cool to look at. Like the sets were amazing. The environment was amazing, bro. I felt like everything, all the visuals, their version of New York was so fucking pretty to look at. Visuals were on point, bro. No hate towards Pedro, but I just wish they used John Krasinski's Mr. Fantastic. Bro. You mean this? Hold up. Wait, hold up. You mean the same fucking... You mean the same fucking Reed Richards who fucking fumbled Wanda? Talking about some, this is the fucking smartest dude. That was probably the worst version of Reed Richards, bro. He was literally the dumbest version. He fucking exposed their whole plan. Talking about some Black Bolt can literally fucking, he exposed Black Bolt's powers. Talking about something about like his voice can shatter dimensions with his mouth. And that literally made Scarlet take away his mouth, and he fumbled the whole plan. John Krasinski's Reed Richards was ass. And his acting was mid, too. No disrespect. No disrespect, but... bro. This Reed was hella sped, bro. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with this Reed Richards. The writing, not on John Krasinski's part, fair. I still think Pedro's Reed Richards is like much better. Like, bro. Reed was definitely Pedro was definitely the better Reed, bro. Superman or Fantastic Four? I gotta say Superman. I like Fantastic Four. But they're both good. Let me get something straight. They're both good. They're both super fantastic. But I think Superman is the better movie. In my opinion. I enjoyed Superman more. Oh, who fucking gave me a super chat? TCP with the super chat. No spoilers. I just got done with Superman. Appreciate it. I'll try to avoid spoilers, but I'm gonna have to go into it when we reacted to these takes. But I'll try not to go too deep in. I feel like Fantastic Four is just better written. Fair. I think Fantastic Four is better written, but I found Superman to be more entertaining. Cause you know, there wasn't as much action in Fantastic Four. So I will say that. I think Fantastic Four has the more focused story, writing-wise. But I found Superman more enjoyable because of the action. If there was like a little bit more action in Fantastic Four, I think I would be like, I probably would have liked Fantastic Four more. But I got more enjoyment out of Superman. Let me see. But, I mean, the better movie honestly just comes down to personal preference. But, y'all ready to get into these takes? And I think I was supposed to look at the Gen V trailer. We'll do that a little bit later. But yeah. Bro. Oh my god. It's just and then we also got Price of Reason. And then y'all also sent me Jester Bell's vid. So we'll take a look at all of them. But let's start with we know how much y'all love Ranty for Vengeance. We know how much y'all love him. Oh Lord. But anyways, like I said, this video is probably gonna be predictable as all hell. He's probably gonna complain about, how is it feminist? What the fuck? I mean, I guess it's feminist, but not in a negative way. Let's read this description real quick. Hold up. Fantastic Four First Steps is not an improvement. It is not passable. It is one of the most feminist movies I've seen, and it is undeniably woke. Pedro Pascal and Joseph Quinn. It's like, I can't even take this seriously. Like, he's so racist that it's actually funny at this point. Like, there are times where he gets so racist, I can't help but laugh because it's just like, it's all a joke. Act nothing like their characters and instead act extremely gay. Sue Storm is the highlight of this pile of shit. She manages to take down Galactus with the sheer power of her feminism. Fuck this movie. I mean, no, but okay. What's up, Katana? How your night going, man? The first comment is so ironic because no, I did not stomach the video. Did anyone actually stomach this? If you did, what are your thoughts? Oh my god, look at this other comment. Chat, is it gay to love your family? He's getting bodied. Oh my god, this is gonna be so fun. Chat, is it gay to love your family? Yeah, totally. Totally gay vibes. I heard that apparently that kid got kicked out of school for something. Oh shit. Who else said something? You don't have to cover this video if you don't want to. I mean, nah, it's entertainment. You know, I know it's entertainment. I'm not fazed by any of these videos at all. Stop here. I still love my. Oh, did you hear about somebody said earlier, did you hear about Nintendo friend zoning Mario? Yeah, I saw that shit. I saw that shit on Twitter. Hold up. I'm not a big like Nintendo fan like that, but I did see that shit. I did see that shit. Hold up. Oh my god. Hang on. Where was it? Oh my god. Where was that tweet? We gonna get into it in a minute, but where was it? Hang on. I'm gonna bring it up real quick. Let me just find the tweet. on Twitter. I'm just trying to so I don't fucking expose any of my private information to y'all niggas. But yeah, I saw it. Hang on. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. Hang on. Why is my shit tweaking? All right. We about to get into it. But yeah, I saw that. Biggest Nintendo L, not gonna lie. I'm excited to see people's reactions to how ridiculous this kid can get with his bad takes. It makes 2020 Robert Storms look like he's a nice guy. Who's Robert Storms? Who is that? But that shit was insane though. doesn't Peach literally like kiss Mario in like some of the games? How y'all gonna fucking say that shit and then be like, oh no, they was just friends? Like, no, that shit was so fucking dumb. That shit was so fucking dumb, bro. See, I was always a Luigi guy. Anyway, no, I'm playing. See, this is why Luigi is the better Mario, bruh. That just doesn't make any fucking sense. How you gonna friend zone Mario after all that? That shit made no fucking sense. Luigi and Daisy is better, obviously. Cause y'all know Luigi pulls more bitches because he's fucking taller anyways. But it's just like, I don't know. Why would Nintendo do that? Is it because of the fucking movie? Because clearly it's like if you play the games, it's like she was clearly a love interest, but whatever. But let's get into this shit. Y'all ready? I'm ready to get into it, chat. Mario should go back to dating Pauline at this point. Y'all fucking crazy. All right, let's go. This video is 90% racism. Those are literally his powers. That's like making fun of Johnny for having fire powers. Y'all niggas in here talking about some Yoshi supremacy. Get the fuck out of here. Let's go.
Fantastic Four is not nearly as bad as Superman, but actually it's the most insufferable.
Oh, is my mic quiet? Before we get into this, is my mic fine? Is my mic quiet? Hold up. Because some niggas still saying my audio is low. Hold the fuck up. My audio should be fine, to be honest. I don't know what niggas is talking about. But let's get into it.
Feminist piece of shit you could ever watch.
I'm gay.
I'll do the usual bullcrap. This isn't.
It could be louder, bro. Should I just crank it up? My fault. Hold up. See, this is what happens when I don't stream in a minute. Shit just goes wrong. Audio is not loud. Oh, your audio is good. See, you got some people saying my audio is good, and some people saying my audio is bad or is low. Audio is not low. Okay, so we're good. All right, let's go.
Superman, but actually it's the most insufferable feminist piece of shit you could ever watch.
I'm gay.
I'll do the usual bullcrap. This isn't rage bait. This isn't me overreacting. This isn't me lying to you about the movie. In fact, it's the opposite.
I mean, 90% of your content is rage bait, my dude. But okay.
Because I'm gonna tell you what this movie actually was. And spoiler alert, it's the most fucking feminist movie that Hollywood has ever made. Everything that Vanessa Kirby was saying before this came out is the truth. She's the leader, she's the front and center. But we're gonna get onto that in a second.
No, she's not. Ree is very clearly the leader in the fucking movie. He's literally the one in charge of everything.
Very quickly, if you do.
Wait. How does this vid have 4,000 likes? That's my thing. How does this video have 4,000 likes? Your chat is absolutely destroying you, but 4,000 fucking races still like this video. How the fuck does that happen?
If you want to help out the channel, maybe consider subscribing, supporting me on Twitter or Patreon. So last night I watched Fantastic Four First Steps, the same way I watched Superman, keeping true to the wallet's closed motto. Don't go to the cinema, do not give these people your money. Fantastic Four First Steps is as insufferable as Superman. I still stand by what I said. Superman was one of the worst movies I've ever seen, and I've seen movies from all different time periods, countries, genres, and a lot that you have not even heard of.
Oh my god, he said this exact same shit with Superman. He said, oh, speaking of, by the way, my video, hold up, his video was 89,000. My video debunking his Superman review actually view ratioed his is at 89,000, mine is at 93,000. Let's fucking go. I view ratioed that shit. W chat. Appreciate y'all support. Anyways. Oh, SK made a vid too. Y'all should go check him out. But anyways. Let's go.
Do not come in here and try to attack me. And a lot that you have not even heard of. So do not come in here and try to attack me. And Fantastic Four is not nearly as bad, I'll tell you the truth. But there is a lot of wokeness, and that cannot.
Okay. Not nearly as bad. We could be getting somewhere. He said it's not nearly as bad, chat. He said not nearly as bad. We could be onto something here. We could be onto something.
Be denied. So anybody in there, I'll tell you the truth. But there is a lot of wokeness, and
that never mind. There's a whole lot of wokeness. Never mind. He fucked it up. he fucked it up.
not be denied. So anybody in the review saying that it isn't woke, do not believe them. It most certainly is. But I can't really be that serious talking about this movie, because even though it is a disgrace to the original comics, Marvel, Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, it's also just hilariously cringe. And I don't really give a rat's ass about spoilers, so if you do, then you're miserable and you shouldn't really be watching this video. And for those of you who are ready to witness what Fantastic Four First Steps really was, I salute you, because sometimes it gets so cringe you feel like you're literally about to die.
Okay, how is it cringe? Is he gonna tell us how it's cringe? Let's let him cook. Let's let him cook. I don't like what's on the stove right now. Well, let's let him cook.
Everything from every Marvel movie
He probably liked the movie Critical Drinker Bait. Yeah, he probably liked the rogue elements. Bro, isn't that like the worst movies ever? Like, Drinker loves to criticize movies, right? But when he got the chance to make a movie, he literally made one of the worst movies ever produced. Like, his whole fucking fan base shout on him for that shit. 4.2 out of 10. I'm fucking dead. Drinker, he can't talk shit no more. Yeah, he gonna make a movie 4.2 out of 10. Not so easy making a good movie, is it, Drinker? Huh? Not so easy, is it? But yeah, I saw it. It was ass. Just wanted to bring that up.
Was bad.
Let's keep going.
Weird gayness, obnoxious Marvel humor, radical feminism. And then there's The Thing, which I'll get into a second, or maybe I might not, because that rant is something that a lot of people aren't really ready for. So from the opening scene of this movie, you know what it's gonna be. You think it's a superhero movie. It's gonna be like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. No, it opens with Pedro Pascal in a wife beater, walking around looking for his shirt or something. And with the homo Freddie Mercury.
Okay. Homo Freddie Mercury? What? See, this is what I'm talking about. He just says so much out of pocket shit that is actually funny. Like, guys wear wife beaters on a regular basis. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this?
Mustache and the looking for his shirt or something. And with the homo Freddie Mercury mustache and the brown skin, he looks like he's
homo Freddie Mercury mustache. So apparently mustaches are gay now. So apparently mustaches are gay now. Okay. Okay, man. Okay, my guy.
Walking around looking for his taco or his boyfriend. And all while this is happening, he looks like he's walking around looking for his taco or his boyfriend. And
looking for his taco or boyfriend. What is this? This isn't even a review. It's just him saying shit. Walking around looking for his taco or his boyfriend, bro. When it's literally just Sue and Reed talking to each other. Like, what is he talking about? Oh, fuck. We in for a big one, bro. Let's go.
All while this is happening, Sue Storm is sitting on the toilet and screaming out like, give me 12 more seconds. And if you thought that she had a bad case of resting bitch face in every single trailer, it just gets worse. I don't know if it's because she's pregnant or something, but she's always in a mood, and Sue Storm is the biggest feminist bitch on the planet. Also, a quick little note about Pedro Pascal in this movie. I don't know what the heck.
Pedro Pascal? I'm gonna just let this play.
Hell is going on with the continuity, but the guy is changing every single scene. One scene, he looks like he's a 300-pound Mexican gardener who needs to get sent back over the border by ICE.
So now we're just blatantly being racist now. A reminder, YouTube bans channels for shit every day that does not even compare. For shit for reasons so small. This nigga is being blatantly racist. I can't help but laugh because it's so funny. This dude is being blatantly racist. Bro, the music is crazy too.
Sent back over the border by ICE.
YouTube. What the fuck, bro? How is this shit still on YouTube? How? Bro, you know what? I should be a grifter. Fuck this shit. Fuck y'all niggas, bro. I should be a grifter. This man's fucking getting hundreds of thousands of views per month. Getting the bag. Man, I want to be a grifter so bad. It would get me out of my fucking horrible ass job. Bro, let me be a grifter, bro. Shit. Cause we know YouTube's not gonna ban people for it. I want to be a grifter. You mean to tell me all I have to do is come on here and say some out of pocket jokes, bro? All I gotta do is call Pedro a Mexican, say all these, call black people slaves, make all sorts of jokes. Shit, sound like easy money to me. I could be racist. Bro, I could be racist, bro. Let me be racist. All right, let me stop before people don't say that people will take you out of context. That's true. Bro, I will 100% be the best racist on YouTube. 100%. 100%, bro. And I'm black. All these grifters will be able to use me as a shield. Well, look, High CHD, he's black. He's saying it. So, bro, I would be perfect. I would be the perfect grifter, bro. Swear. On God. I can't wait for him to say the N-word uncensored like it's 2016. Yeah. Also, I'd watch High CHD grifter vids. Shit. Man, I'm thinking about, bro. Y'all think I should I'm thinking about just making a grifter channel and just trolling the fuck out of the anti-woke community. Kind of like, y'all know that Critical Drinker, I think Critical Drinker parody channel called like Booze Banter or something. I should just do that shit. I'm gonna just put woke in the title and just say the most out of pocket shit. But as a troll, I'm thinking about doing that. I would just troll the hell out of the anti-woke side of the community. And the worst part is they'll fucking think I'm serious too. They'll fucking think I'm 100% serious. I'm gonna put the N-word in the title. I'm gonna just fuck up my hair, put some cream in my hair, put on a fucking Confederate flag shirt, bro, and just say all sorts of dumb shit and just see what I can get away with. I should just do that shit and just troll the hell out of the anti-woke crowd, bro. I'm not gonna do that shit, obviously, but it would be funny. There was this parody channel that even mocks Critical Drinkers' behavior. Yeah, that's the type of shit I'm talking about. That's the type of shit I'm talking about, bro. That would be funny. See, I'm glad some of y'all in chat have a sense of humor. Obviously, I would never do that shit. I'm just saying that, but still, I should be a grifter, bro. Low tier CHD. You'd be up there with LTG. Damn. Shit. But let's keep going.
And the next, he's really skinny and weak looking, like some skeleton who didn't get his taco in time. And speaking of that, I know the Fantastic Four are supposed to age when they come back from that first trip, but the footage of
y'all feel free to like the stream. Y'all like the stream, by the way. Like the goddamn stream, bro.
Of that, I know the Fantastic Four are supposed to age when they come back from that first trip, but the footage of the team on the TV before they went up to that first trip is really retarded. So it shows you the footage. Sue has her usual bitch face on. The thing is, they're looking all Jewish, and that's his entire character. That's
looking all Jewish. Bro. Again, this isn't even a review. It's just him being being super edgy and racist for no reason.
the rant we're gonna get to in a second, or maybe I might not even talk about it because it's really extreme, but it's the truth. I know The Thing is a Jewish character, and Jack Kirby.
There was a girl who paid her tuition by doing just that. High CHD. She played the grifters and got that hate money. Wow. Who was it? Which channel was it? Yeah, like how the fuck do you look Jewish? How is that? He look younger than you. I will say that. He look younger than you, bro. Oh my god, bro.
Was Jewish, and it was intended that way, but this movie, The Thing is a Jewish character, and Jack Kirby was Jewish, and it was intended that way, but this movie amps it up to 11. Every scene with The Thing,
they don't. Like, I think there's a Jewish lady that she talks to, but The Thing is cool in the movie. And what is he talking about?
Personality.
And why is him being Jewish a problem?
He has no love interest or 11. Every scene with The Thing, he has no personality. He has no love interest or friends.
Yes, he does. Clearly, you didn't see that scene where he was showing off for like the kids and stuff like that. He clearly does have a personality. Now, I will say, the older Fantastic Four adaptation did more with him because they kind of like explored his like insecurity and stuff like that. I think that was them not doing it here, which is more so a consequence of them skipping over like the origin and stuff like that, which is fine. But I wouldn't say he has no personality. No, he definitely has a personality. He has no love interest. Yes, he does. If you watch the movie, he does have a love interest or friends. Yes, he does have friends. So he's just lying. This dude is just blatantly lying, bro, as usual.
Or anything. The dude is just some one-dimensional character whose entire personality trait is, hey look, I'm Jewish. Walking around a New York neighborhood and oh wait, look in the background, there's synagogues and Stars of David everywhere. But anyways, we'll move on.
So, why does this bother you? It probably doesn't. He probably doesn't even give a fuck about this shit. He's probably just saying this because that's what his fucking fan base wants to hear. I know that Matt Murdock is Catholic, right? I wonder what he thought about Daredevil going to church in the fucking original Daredevil show, the one that's supposedly not woke. I wonder what he thinks about that. Oh, as long as he's not Jewish, it's fine though.
Before that gets a little bit too risky. Johnny shows up in this footage looking really gay with his lipstick and his bleached blonde hair. Flaming gay Johnny Storm is the highlight of this movie, and I mean that in every way. The guy is nearly the only guy that you can root for, and then at the same time he's pulling the most spasticated, handicapped, retard faces in every single scene. No, that's not an over exaggeration. It's not a
dog. So acting is spasticated now? He's just acting. He's playing a character. Isn't Spider-Man heavily implied to be Jewish? Yeah. But he also had an issue with that, though, in Spider-Verse. Even though it's, like, heavily hinted that he's, like, he has some Jewish elements to him. He's at least, like, Jewish coded. But yeah, even if he was, why is it a problem? He's just saying shit.
Retard faces in every single scene. No, that's not an over exaggeration. It's not a joke. This is the first scene of the movie where they're all sitting down to have family dinner. The Thing tastes some sauce or food he's making like a normal person. Johnny then walks into the room, tries to taste it, and instead shoves his 2 fingers into his mouth.
Nice.
And with the face that he pulls here, God knows.
Nigga, what? What is... What? Okay, so...
What else
oh my...
into
Is
his
he about to say something about this? What he finna say about this, bro?
mouth.
Nice.
And with the face that he pulls here, God knows what else this guy is putting in his mouth. More on him.
Oh my...
Nice.
And with the face that he pulls here, God knows what else this guy is putting in his mouth. More on him in a second, but then...
No, see, this is the type of shit I'm talking... He says so much dumb shit that it's just funny. He just says so much... Like, what? How do you... you gotta be in the closet to be looking at that scene and thinking like that. Like, right? How do you get? See, he probably got some shit going on in his head when he saw that. He probably was thinking about something else. He probably was. That's what I'm saying. Just come out the closet, bro. Like, if the first thing you got when you saw that was gay thoughts instead of him just tasting food like just a regular dude, something's wrong with you. You seem like you in the closet, my guy, which is fine. It's 2025. Just come out, bro. We'll accept you, bro. We'll accept you, dog. I know you were getting some BBC thoughts when he put his fingers in his mouth. I mean, don't slide in my DMs. But, you know, you can love who you want to love, bro. You can love who you want to love, bro. That man was 100% thinking about that shit.
Important part that I was trying to get to is that Pedro Pascal still looks like a 90-year-old taco vendor in this footage. He's supposed to have grey hair when he comes back.
90-year-old taco vendor. Hang on, chat. Damn, I'm trying to find where I put it. It's all good. I thought it was on my desk, but I'll have to get it some other time. But let's keep going.
Back from the trip. Now he just looks like somebody's great-grandfather. The dude refuses to shave off his little gay mustache for every role. He looks nothing like Reed Richards because Reed Richards is white. And he's some Mexican dude, or Chilean, or whatever the hell. He's brown. That's all you need to know. And yeah, it would have been a bit more accurate if he shaved his...
Bro, he's literally not, but okay.
Border-hopping face. But still, he doesn't look like Reed Richards. I was talking with somebody and they said that David Corenswet might have actually been a better Mr. Fantastic. He would have looked a lot more like Reed Richards, and the guy's really nerdy.
Bro, he's Superman. He already makes a good super... Hold on. Is my chat delayed? Bro, I feel like my chat is delayed. Hang on. Everybody in chat... I know I did this last stream, but everybody in chat put 1. Just put 1. I want to see how delayed it is. There's probably hella delay, bro. Yeah, there's like a 10-second. There's like 10 seconds, bro. Oh, yeah, there's definitely delay. There's definitely delay. That's got to be like a 10, 15 second delay. Okay. Thank you. All right. I guess we'll just have to roll with it for now. I'll have to find a way to fix that later. I don't know why there's like so much delay in the stream. Hang on. I'll have to fix that. I'll have to fix that later.
In real life, so he probably would have fitted the role.
Someone said 3. Fuck you, bro.
Instead, we got this homo hombre who's just crying better Mr. Fantastic. He would have looked a lot more like Reed Richards, and the guy's really nerdy in real life, so he probably would have fitted the role. Instead, we got this homo hombre who's just crying for the entire movie, and I'm not...
Homo hombre is crazy. Homo hombre is wild. Yeah, he's just saying shit. I'm gonna let this play for a little bit longer, but we gotta get to some takes with actual substance. Cause how he's just being racist, he's just saying shit, bro. He's not even really reviewing the movie.
Not joking. In certain shots, he's really skinny. In other shots, his head is the size of the room. And in other shots, he's wearing eyeliner or something and looking extremely gay. And there's many scenes that are like that throughout the entire movie, where Flaming Johnny Storm and Gager Pascal start hugging each other and grabbing each other by the necks and looking deeply into each other's eyes. I'm just gonna put some screenshots
Dog, they're just hugging,
up
bro.
on the screen right now and just some clips so you can see what I'm talking about.
Okay, so that's just a hug.
Take back every single bad thing I've been saying about you. You are gonna be the best dad. Just kidding. You are out of your depth.
Bro, they're just being bros, my nigga. So hugging is gay now? So supporting him, telling him he's gonna be the best dad, this isn't real evidence. This is normal, bro. How is this gay? Bro, he in the closet so bad, bro. This man did not cook.
Johnny Storm is so autistic in this movie, it's unbelievable. I heard
So
some
now Johnny's autistic. What? Didn't he say this shit last time with Superman? Like, this is what I mean. Y'all like the stream, but this shit is so predictable, it's crazy. This shit is so predictable. So now Johnny's autistic. I don't. I'm lost for words, man. Let's let him keep going.
viewers saying that I don't know why Joseph Quinn came out and said that he
Yeah, I think he needs a hug, man. I think RFV just needs a hug. I mean, I'm not gonna be the one to hug him. You guys can hug him if you want. If y'all saw that, hold on. If y'all saw this nigga in public, would y'all hug him, chat? If y'all saw this nigga in public, would y'all hug him? Y'all ain't talking about if he need a hug. Y'all can hug him. I'm not fucking hugging him. I'm not fucking hugging him, bro. I'm social distancing from this dude. I'm staying 6 feet away, above 6 feet away. I'm social distancing. Y'all can fucking hug him, bro. You said, no, I'm good. Better ask his dad for a damn hug. LOL. Yeah, y'all his dad need to be fucking giving him a hug. I'm not. Fuck.
Wasn't a womanizer. I heard some reviewers saying that I don't know why autistic in this movie, it's unbelievable. I heard some reviewers saying that I don't know why Joseph Quinn came out and said that he wasn't a womanizer, because in the movie the biggest plot point that he is a womanizer, especially for Shala Ball, the fake female Silver Surfer bitch, and she's an entirely different story.
Fake female Silver Surfer bitch. I would say more so he's kind of I feel like they turned him into more of like a lover boy than a womanizer. And he's not even womanizing Silver Surfer. He's literally trying to understand her. Like deciphering her language and everything. Like he wants to learn more about her. He's not womanizing her at all.
For everybody, the fake female Silver Surfer bitch, and she's an entirely different story. For everybody defending the CGI and the casting, just no, just plain no. The CGI is laughably bad.
Just plain no.
And as you could tell from the trailers, everybody telling you that this looks amazing is lying. Not to mention that, I'm sorry, Shala Ball, you're a little bit too flat for anybody to tell you're even female that far off.
She's flat. Bro. First off, why are you concerned about this in a fictional universe? You not fucking her. Let's just be real. She wouldn't let you hit. First off, she's fictional. Second, even if she was real, she's not letting you fuck. So it don't even fucking matter. Third off, no, she's not flat. She's fine. She's decent looking for a fucking alien. She's as decent looking as you can get for a fucking alien with a surfboard. A silver alien with a surfboard, okay? Like, why is that the first thing you focusing on? Oh my god. She was fine, bro. She said she's too flat. I'm fucking dead. A fusion of mental bait and retardation. Who is the actor that plays her? Julia Gardner. Somebody said that. Someone's, yeah, Julia Gardner. Is this her? Hang on. Yeah, she's pretty. She not letting you hit, that's for sure. I mean, she looks fine. Why is this the first thing you care about in a fucking Fantastic Four movie? These niggas are lost, bro. If you don't find that attractive, if you don't find her attractive, then you just lost. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, my dude.
Off. That's just me being honest. You could have gotten a hotter actress to come in and play somebody who's gonna get womanized by Johnny Storm. Instead, it's this short-haired bitch who's as flat as a plank of wood, and also she's extremely annoying. But the weird thing is, after the retarded gay antics of autistic Johnny
He's basically upset that he can't go into her. Basically.
Storm, the weird thing is, after the retarded
She's set to play Marilyn Monroe on her biopic. Oh, that's cool. I think, who was Marilyn Monroe again? I think, wasn't she like a actor or a singer? She was like some sort of entertainer. I can't remember, but I know the name the name sounds familiar. But that's cool. Yeah, she's fine. Yeah, I don't get the hate either.
gay antics of autistic Johnny Storm. But the weird thing is, after the retarded gay antics of autistic Johnny Storm, the storyline between him and Shala Ball, which isn't really antics of autistic Johnny Storm. The storyline between him and Shala Ball, which isn't really a character. That storyline is the only redeeming quality in the entire movie. But it usually gets ruined by jokes or just plain bad writing, so it's not really worth mentioning. So far I covered...
Wait. So you say that it gets ruined by jokes and bad writings, but you're not even going to mention why it's bad writing. Also, what do you mean jokes? There weren't a lot of jokes in this movie. Actually, not really. A famous icon actress during the 60s. Yeah, I figured. I'm like, yeah, the name sounded familiar. I just didn't fucking know where. I don't even know what the fuck he's on about at this point.
Sue's bitch face, Jewish thing, eyeliner mentioning. So far I covered Sue's bitch face, Jewish thing, eyeliner, Mexican Pedro Pascal, who looks nothing like Reed, and then the freaky gay Johnny Storm, who had his fingers and everything else in his mouth. But now we're gonna get on to some other stuff, like this.
Just come out the closet, my dude. Just come out the closet.
Setting that everybody was saying worked so well and how awesome it was. I don't know where the hell we are. This movie is extremely inconsistent with the continuity of the actors, with the powers of the Fantastic Four, which by God is the crescendo of the cringe. But we'll get to that. The setting is what I'm talking about now, because what the hell is going on? It's some retro futuristic 60s world. Normal people are in like Blade Runner flying cars. It's all kind of...
Oh yeah, the retro futuristic stuff. I don't know if I brought this up earlier, but the retro futuristic setting was like so cool. Like, all of this was just, like, so pretty to look at. It's a shame this universe is probably going to get destroyed, but, you know, they definitely did a good job with this whole, like, universe.
jumbled and we never really get an explanation to where the hell we are. And speaking of not knowing where you are, it doesn't really help when every single person in New York City is not white. There's brown people, there's black people who get a big load of screen time. I don't know how the hell there was that many.
Listen to the way he says black. Oh my god.
Really help when every single person in New York City is not white. There's brown people, there's black.
Yeah, see, I'm not even bothered by this anymore because I know he's just saying it. He's just saying it just to, you know, pander. I'm not even. It's just comedy at this point. It's just comedy at this point. So now he's upset New York City is not white, even though there is white people in the movie. And he's just upset there's black people and there's brown people. Like, what? And that's the thing. New York is literally the most. You can't even really say that about New York because New York is literally the most diverse fucking place. Does he think like New York is all white? This dude's wild. Oh, Striker's in chat. What's up, bro? It's been a minute. How you doing?
People who get a big load of screen time. I don't know how the hell there was that many in New York at this time period. Maybe that's why they needed an alternate universe. But there's 10 times too much at this time period. Maybe that's why they needed an alternate universe. But there's 10 times too much wokeness and diversity. That's what this is. We're getting shown little black kids every single second, like we're in Africa. And then the next second, we're getting a scene with...
God, make it stop. Oh, Lord, make it stop. Like, we're in Africa.
The thing where he's walking into his local synagogue for some reason and he's in there for like 10 minutes. Now, I don't know, comic fans out there try to update me here, and I mean real comic fans who read their original Stan Lee, Jack Kirby stuff. Was the thing's ethnicity or religion as prevalent in the original comics as it was here? And people are saying that Pedro Pascal acted his ass off, and he most definitely...
I mean, honestly, he is getting attention. Here we are watching his video. Yeah, we're farming. We're using him for entertainment. I'm using them for entertainment. Shit. Until YouTube bans him, if he gets to make money being racist on the internet, then we're allowed to use him for entertainment. That's the way I see it. And he's getting attention regardless. Like, bro, 39,000 views, 4,000 likes. Dog, he's getting attention from racists regardless. You think what we're doing fucking matters? Fuck no. They're being racist because they want to be racist. No amount of debunking or, you know, telling them, hey guys, racism is bad. None of this shit is going to change their mind, bro. They're being racist because they want to. And as long as YouTube allows it, we just going to keep laughing at it. That's just how that's going to work. I mean, he needs to go. He should be banned. I don't know why YouTube hasn't taken his channel down. But they just haven't done it. So that happens. Hey. People, thank you for the super chat, Ohio Hispanic. People will say something. People will say anything for the women at this point. Like, come on now, bro. Trump's daughter ain't gonna let you hit. That's so fucking funny. Oh my god. Appreciate that super chat, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for the $5. So forever. I mean, it's not like my content. Luckily for me, my content isn't solely focused on you know, clowning on this one dude. You know, hang on. Yeah, luckily. So I mean, we'll react to him for, you know, I guess as long as whatever, just for entertainment, but obviously, I don't need to. I can pull views on my own without reacting to him. It's just fun at the end of the day. YouTube seems to support this bull. Yeah, basically. All let's keep going. We'll watch a little bit more of this, and then we'll actually get into some other videos.
Definitely is the leader of the team, which is just not true. Acting your ass off equates to crying over a baby that's
Plus, I'm sure someone will show up that's somehow worse than he is. I'm sure. I'm like 90% sure. 90% sure. Especially if they see him doing dumb shit like this, other people are gonna come and copy him for sure.
should not be in this retarded movie. Just like Superman, we came in 2 movies too late. And now onto the final nail in the coffin. There's probably more shit I could call out, but this movie, this is the end of it right here when this scene happened. I'm talking about Sue Storm, which at the start of the movie can go invisible and use a small bit of telekinesis. And by the end of the movie, she's Luke Skywalker.
That's her powers. You mean the force field shit? What do you mean a little bit of telekinesis? Now, her powers were pretty consistent throughout the movie, bro.
And by the end of the movie, she's Luke Skywalker. That's not a lie. In this obnoxious scene where she has to give birth and is screaming with her bitch plastic surgery face, Johnny tries to come over and help her out, and she just
Like, does he fucking know how powerful Susan Storm is? Like, you do know she's the strongest member of the Fantastic Four, right? Like, dude, she is strong. She's fucking tanked hits from and killed Celestials. Like, she has bodied some pretty high level beings. Like, her powers are insane. So no, she didn't just become Luke Skywalker, whatever the fuck that shit means. What? I don't even.
ends up force choking him like Darth Vader. Johnny tries to come over and help her out, and she just ends up force choking him like Darth Vader. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never seen
What?
And she just ends up force choking him like Darth Vader. Now, I don't know.
She didn't force choke him. Her force field literally just pushed him into the wall. What is he talking about? Okay, so yeah, he's just lying like he always does.
About you, but I've never seen Invisible Woman or Invisible Girl or whatever the hell she's called do that, ever. And that was just the tip of the iceberg, because at the end of the movie, Galactus comes to Earth. And yeah, Galactus isn't that bad in this movie. Galactus and the parts with Johnny Storm where he doesn't act gay and retarded are the only good things in the movie. And it's not even that good. If you want what Galactus does in this movie, watch Godzilla -1 or any Godzilla movie for that matter. And they have to devise a big Marvel humor plan to take down Galactus. And all of it goes to crap. And you know what it results in? It results in Sue Storm standing in the middle of the street and using the Force on Galactus. And no, not a small...
The Force? You mean her actual full power? And not to mention, she fucking died from doing that. She literally died. Like, that's how much strain it put on her. And it still wasn't even enough. The Silver Surfer literally had to deal the final blow. So she did all that, and it didn't even push him in fully. And even then, it didn't even fucking kill him. It just delayed him. He's definitely coming back for sure, for sure.
Little push. With her feminist bitch face, she can just scream at Galactus and literally push the guy over. Yeah, we're talking about Galactus here. The guy who eats planets. Yeah, some ugly feminist can stand in the middle of the road and take him down using her mind powers. Somebody correct me in...
Her mind powers? She's not a Jedi, bro. What is she talking about?
The comments or whatever. I don't really care if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure. And
so he doesn't care if he's wrong. And y'all watch this nigga. Doesn't care if he's wrong. 39,000 views, 4,000 likes. He could just say anything and get away with it at this fucking point. On some real shit. She can manipulate light, if I'm not mistaken. I think to some degree. But her power is mostly like psionic force fields and stuff like that. And like going invisible, of course. But her force fields are literally like cosmic level. That's how strong she is. Yeah, like he just straight up admits to being bad faith. It's crazy.
I don't think that Sue Storm should ever do this. What the hell is the scale of your powers? How...
Yeah, I think we're done. All right, I'm heading now. This guy ain't worth it. I don't even think there's really any point in finishing this, to be honest. But y'all kind of see what we've been dealing with. Yeah, now. But let's take a look at another review. Who commented? Oh, okay. All right. The next one we're going to take a look at is Price of Reason. Fantastic Four review. It sucks. Fantastic Four First Steps review 2025. This was another one y'all sent me. But yeah, we reacted to him for a little bit. I gave y'all what y'all wanted for a little bit, but I think we done. We done for now. Yeah, we done for now, bro. I put a comic panel in the Discord. Sue's been that girl. Hang on. Let me see. Where was it? Where was the damn where was the panel? Oh, okay, this one. Ranting was mad about Sue, LOL, acting like he reads comics. Oh, this is Sue fucking bodying Galactus. Oh yeah, so she been doing that. Oh wow, so doesn't this dude claim to be a fucking comic book fan? He claims to be a comic book fan, but this shit literally fucking happens in the comics. That's fucking crazy. Yep. Well, that throws his argument about comic book accuracy out the window. Crazy. Your Discord invite link is expired? No, it's not. Is it? It shouldn't be, because I literally just created it. Can you watch the Peacemaker Season 2 trailer? Yeah, we could watch it real quick. Though I haven't seen Peacemaker. Hold up. I still gotta watch fucking.
You've all been waiting.
I still gotta fucking watch season 1. But I haven't seen Peacemaker season 1. I've seen I saw some of the Suicide Squad movie, but I haven't seen Peacemaker. We could take a look at it real quick.
Long time for this one. Here's a new trailer of Peacemaker Season 2. Enjoy.
We doing it up this time.
I gotta pause it a lot quick too, so YouTube doesn't fucking clap me. No Diddy.
Hey guys, I got beer. On?
Duh.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What the fuck? Hold up.
Duh.
Oh, okay.
Wait, he's a telekinetic? Who is that character? Hello, who is that character? He's a telekinetic? I don't know who that character is.
Okay.
Just hand it to him.
I'll just hand it to him.
I've changed a lot since I last saw you.
Oh, y'all fucking heard
I've changed a lot.
that's a Ozzy Osbourne song. I heard he like died or something. Rip.
Since I last saw you. I don't want to be a joke anymore. I want to be a real hero.
You wear a clown costume and go out and beat up people. Chris, take something bad.
I genuinely think I never ever thought that John Cena would make like a good DC superhero. I never thought that would happen. That was like not on my bingo card at all. I never pegged John Cena to be like a superhero type of character. Like, it's actually insane how he managed to do that shit as Peacemaker. Like, it's actually crazy. So did Hulk Hogan rip? Nah, fuck Hulk Hogan. He was racist. Now, Rip Ozzy, no Rip Hulk Hogan. No Rip Hulk Hogan. No, nah, bro. Rip Bozo Hulk Hogan. I heard there was like apparently some controversy too. Because some people was trying to like say, oh, what he said wasn't that bad, bro. He literally fucking, bro, this man literally fucking, didn't want his daughter fucking dating a black dude. Like he was trying to stop his daughter from like dating black dudes or something. Like, nah, that dude was racist. Dude was saying the N-word with the hard R. Nah. I mean, it's unfortunate, but like I can't say I feel bad. Like, cause he was fucking racist. Can't say I'm gonna miss him. Rip Bozo. Rip Bozo. Sorry, but no. Is Hulk Hogan dead? Yes, he's dead. He died like 3 days ago. I grew up with him in his Hogan Knows Best show, but as I'm older and know better, I ain't gonna look at that show the same as I saw it back when I was a teenager. I was never really a big wrestling fan though anyway. But I do know he was on some BS. He was on some BS to the point where his own daughter had to like fucking even disown him. Like him or hate him, he did literally build the WWE. Yeah, he did. Two things can be true at once. He had a legacy with wrestling, even though I didn't know him that well. And he's also a racist, which I don't like. So, you know, two things can be true at once. He probably did make a legacy for the WWE. That doesn't mean I gotta fuck with him all of a sudden. He's still a racist, still hated black people. The fuck? No. But nah. Can't say I feel bad for him. I hope his family's doing well though, if it means anything.
And make something good out of it.
I need to find the Peacemaker. He killed my son.
You're being monitored right now.
By who?
Rick Flag, Sr.
Oh, that dude.
Whoa.
What is it?
I have a dimensional portal. And it leads to a parallel world.
What?
It's not that big a deal.
Get the out, is not.
My son's a
I think Mr. Terrific has a better shot at making a cameo than Superman since we're dealing with dimensional portals. I think they'll probably have Mr. Terrific show up in this show.
better man you could ever dream of being. I've tried to make up for my mistakes, but I'm not sure redemption is possible.
But I mean, it looks good. Even rated Jesse Ventura and Hogan were anti-union. Oh, that's even worse. So that man was just screwing over people. Yeah, nah. Definitely can't fuck with him at that point.
He's in love with you. Me and Chris, it's never gonna be a thing.
I'm going.
Wait, okay. Wait, hang on. Okay, question. Wasn't Peacemaker in the OG universe, though? So he's gonna be in both. He's gonna be in the DCEU and the regular DC universe. The new and in James Gunn's universe. How's that gonna work? Unless he's just carrying his character over, which in that case, fine. But like, interesting. I find that very interesting. He carried over just like Blue Beetle will be. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, like, okay, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, like Deadpool. Yeah, Deadpool did the same shit. Yeah, okay. I didn't think about that because he said there's a dimensional portal. Oh, okay. You know what? That actually makes sense. That actually makes sense, bro. What we really need is a Plastic Man. Yo, what are some DC heroes y'all will want to see in this new universe? For me personally, I'm gonna start. Before we get into these more other Fantastic Four takes, I'm gonna start. We need to see Captain Atom in this universe, bro. Captain Atom is one of my favorite characters. First off, this he has the potential to kill Superman. I don't care what nobody say. They stay nerfing him in all of their fights. This dude literally has the potential to kill Superman. He needs to be in this universe, bro. Booster Gold. Kyle Rayner. Oh, that's crazy. Wally West. Wally West is a good one. We need to see Wally West. We do need to see Wally West. Though, but if they put Wally West in, we won't get to see Thawne. Because to get Thawne, because people want to see Reverse Flash in this new DCEU. But to get Thawne, we need Barry. We can't have Thawne without Barry. I don't know. Unless they can find a way to make it work. Nah, because Thawne's primarily a Barry villain. So they're going to have to make a choice there. I don't know. Has Wally fought Thawne before? Like mainstream? Because I know Wally has his own Reverse Flash technically, but Thawne is the most iconic one. But he's associated with Barry. So I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know how they're gonna put Wally West and Thawne in the same thing. I don't know how that's gonna work. Who should play Batman? I don't know. I've heard a ton of different opinions on that. I don't know. We just gonna have to see. Because even with the Superman actor, they casted somebody who nobody was expecting to be Superman. So we'll have to see. I don't know. Anti-Monitor would go kind of hard. He's more so like a Anti-Monitor is like on Darkseid level. Well, he's above Darkseid actually. I don't think they're gonna use him. I don't know. Also, yeah, Wally's the first Flash Thawne fought before he met Barry. Really? For real? I could have swore he was like obsessed with. Hold up. No, I could have swore it was Barry first. Not soon, but way later down the line. Anti-Monitor would be their end game. Either end game or it would be like a one-time event type shit. Because I feel like they would... No, because Darkseid would have to be end game though, right? No, Darkseid would be end game. I feel like Anti-Monitor would be like after end game. Like Secret Wars type shit. Because it's like multiverses and stuff. That type of thing. Give us Martian Manhunter. Oh, Martian Manhunter's gonna be in it for sure. They already confirmed they was gonna put him in it. Jensen Ackles as Batman is my fan cast, though I'm confident it won't happen anyway. Type shit. You mean Soldier Boy? I mean, yeah, he'd be an alright Batman. He'd be okay, I guess. He'd be fine. I mean, if Robert Pattinson can pull it off, if the dude from Twilight could pull it off, then surely he can. He's too old? Nah, not really. I don't think so. I think he's got 10 years in him. He's got like 10, maybe 15 years in him. I'm not interested in the DCU. Damn, that's crazy. I can't remember the guy's name who played Reacher. Oh, Alan Richson. Nah, he's more of a Booster Gold type of dude for me. Oh, he played Aquaman in Smallville. Did y'all know that? I feel like he would be more of like a Booster Gold type of dude. Hold up. Yeah, I feel like he would fit Booster Gold more in my opinion than Batman. Yeah, I don't think he would make a good Bruce. But Reacher was good. Reacher was a good show. I still need to catch up to season 3. I'm on season 2 right now. But Reacher is amazing. If y'all haven't watched Reacher, y'all gotta watch Reacher, bro. That show is goated. Yeah, see, y'all chat fucking with it. Chat fucking with it. Y'all can see it. Yeah, he's 100% a Booster Gold. See, I'm on point. I'm on point. Come on now. Come on now, chat. Justice League Dark is a must. You mean with fucking Constantine? With John Constantine? He's 100% gonna be in the DCU, bro, because he's a fan favorite. Constantine is such a fan favorite, it's crazy. They're 100% gonna put him in. They probably just gotta find the right dude, but he's gonna be in. He's gonna be in the fucking DCU. Hello to you, hi CHD. How are you doing? It's been a while. I watched Superman and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm glad to hear that, man. I'm doing good. Also, how are you? Appreciate your support. Anyway, we supposed to be looking at Fantastic Four videos. Deadman and Etrigan. You mean the demon nigga who be rhyming? I want to see Etrigan. Etrigan's cool. Etrigan would be cool. See, these are all niggas who were from the animated DC universe. Like, I remember seeing him in Justice League Dark and then Apocalypse War. Apocalypse War was kind of ass, but Etrigan was cool in it. And in Flashpoint Paradox, I think that was another one I saw him in, but he was cool. I wouldn't mind seeing him. May Ryan has played John Constantine for years. Are they going to bring him back? Oh, Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan. Okay, I know who you're talking about. Hang on. Let me call somebody. Okay. I want to see the other lanterns, not just Green Lanterns. I agree. Like the Blue Lanterns. We got to see bro. Y'all know how strong the Blue Lanterns are in the comics? We got to see some Blue Lanterns. You know what would be cool? If members of the Justice League got Blue Lantern rings. That would be cool as fuck. That would be cool. I know the Flash got a Blue Lantern ring. We got to see the different Lantern Corps. I'm tired of just seeing. I'm tired of just like the Green Lanterns are cool, but I really want to see like all the other lanterns. Bring in Atrocitus. I remember Atrocitus. Yep. I think I first found out about Atrocitus from Injustice 2. That's how I found out about him. I didn't even know there were Red Lanterns until that point. But he was cool. In the new show, we're gonna be seeing some lanterns that aren't green. Good, cool. They need to do that. They need to do that. That means we'll probably get Blackest Night too. like with the Black Lanterns and stuff like that, and the White Lanterns. We may get that. We may get that. I'm actually hyped. I'm actually hyped for that. Batman Beyond, they're only gonna do that if it's an alternate world. I don't know how would they do that? Don't get me wrong, I love Batman Beyond. He's one of my favorite characters, but I don't know. They would have to do some like Fantastic Four shit. They would have to create a whole nother timeline and then have him cross over with the regular universe. Like, it's definitely gonna be some time before we see that, for sure. But I would want to see a Batman Beyond movie. I've never heard of the Blue Lanterns. I wouldn't mind if you made a comic breakdown on the channel. Y'all don't want to see me do comic breakdowns, bro. I'm terrible at it. It's because I'm not a hardcore comic book fan like that. Like, I do research. Y'all don't want to see me do comic breakdowns, bro. Leave that to the pros, like Comics Explained in them. Let them do that shit. Y'all don't want to see me do stuff like that, bro. Promise. I'm best at movies and shows, stuff like that. That's what I'm best at, type shit. But leave the comic breakdowns. I'm gonna leave that to the pros because I'm not hardcore like that. Static Shock, maybe. But let's react to this vid. Let's see what he cooking right now. Let's see what Price of Reason got to say for us. Why Fantastic Four First Steps isn't enough. Interesting. See, like... Oh, shit. That was the one I clicked on. Superman box office flop continues, and James Gunn can't even beat Zack Snyder. So he's like another rage bait type of channel. I've noticed the comment trend with a lot of these like videos saying shit is like bad. It usually tends to be like, most of the time it tends to be, maybe this one isn't rage bait, we'll see. But that's a common trend I've been seeing with a lot of these channels. But people told me to check out his vids, so maybe... maybe he has something of substance to say. Dude is a Snyder, bro. Alright. Let's hear what he has to say, though. Hang on. Y'all like the stream, by the way. Appreciate it. Y'all drop a like on the stream.
Has been mainly a...
Alright, let's go.
Ever since Avengers Endgame, Disney Marvel's entire MCU has been mainly a series of diminishing returns with a few nostalgic anomalies along the way. At least part of the reason for why this franchise...
Let me just make sure. Okay.
Disney Marvel's entire MCU has been mainly a series of diminishing returns with a few nostalgic anomalies along the way. At least part of the reason for why this franchise is doing so poorly these days has to be because of all of its agenda peddling and modern day messaging in recent years, and some...
Oh my god, no. Yeah, so this is another one of those channels. No. It's more so companies not trying as much as they were before, trying to cut corners. Not putting as much effort into the writing. No, it has nothing to do with messaging. Superhero movies have always had messaging in them. No, that is not the reason. But okay.
I'd say that there's also some kind of superhero fatigue with people just being tired of the genre in general. And while both of the...
No, there is not superhero fatigue. There's not superhero fatigue. People aren't tired of superhero movies. They're tired of bad superhero movies. This has already been debunked multiple times. So he's just saying shit that's just not true.
These are true to an extent. Another big issue here, specifically with the MCU, is that since Avengers Endgame, it also seems like Marvel president Kevin Feige has really lost his way creatively too. Back in the day, when he was putting together the Infinity Saga for an on-screen adaptation, he was surrounded by people like Jon Favreau, Joss Whedon, and James Gunn, who helped him achieve that goal. But these days, Marvel mainly attracts second-rate talent that aren't able to make crowd-pleasing blockbusters, and when I heard that Kevin Feige was introducing a new Fantastic Four...
second-rate talent? Wasn't RDJ and Chris Evans, weren't they second-rate talent, like, before Iron Man and before the Avengers and stuff like that? Like, they're known for elevating second-rate talent. What does he mean? What does he mean by this?
Team into his MCU, I already had a bad feeling about
Now,
it.
again, I will say Phase 4 was not great. Didn't like Phase 4. Didn't really like some of Phase 5. So they did fall off, but the reasoning for that is because of the writing. It's just bad, and companies and them cutting corners. The glaze they give the Infinity Saga is hilarious because there's some bad movies in those phases. That is just true. I would say there was more bad content in Phase 4. I would just say like the writing just wasn't on point as it was before. But again, I think his reasoning is just off.
Especially when it was going to be directed by Matt Shakman, a guy whose claim to fame is that he directed a few episodes of WandaVision, a show which started off interesting and then just went off a cliff.
They'll never know what you sacrificed for them.
And in the years interesting and then just went off a cliff.
They'll never know what you sacrificed for them.
Yeah, see, that quote was bad. That quote was awful. That quote was pretty bad. Like, Wanda literally fucking enslaved the whole city full of people. And she tried to make it seem like, nah. That quote was pretty bad. Yeah, not gonna lie. Not the best. Not the best. I like Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok that wasn't Phase 4. That was like around Infinity War, stuff like that. All right, I have to head out, but I know you're coming in clutch, high CHD, so you have it covered. Take care. Take care to you too, man. Appreciate you stopping by. I think Thor Ragnarok was decent. Now, the problem with Thor Ragnarok is that he saw that, took all the wrong stuff from the success of the movie, and created Love and Thunder. That's where they fucked up. Oh my god, Love and Thunder was so fucking bad. Fuck. Yeah, Love and Thunder was terrible. Ragnarok is the best Thor movie. I would say I didn't really find any of the Thor movies to be very good. I think Ragnarok is the best one just by the fact that it's not terrible, but I don't think it's like amazing either. Like, I didn't really find any of the Thor movies to like be all that. Like, if I had to rank it worst or best to worst, if I had to rank it best to worst, I would say Thor Ragnarok, Thor 1, The Dark World, and then Love and Thunder. Like, yeah, Love and Thunder is just straight up just the worst Thor movie. It's worse than Dark World. And Dark World isn't even bad. It's just mediocre. It just somehow ended up being more mediocre than the first movie. But Love and Thunder was just something that was just terrible in just every department. Way too many jokes that movie had. I agree. Love and Thunder was just terrible. But yeah, this wasn't the best. We'll say that.
For them.
And in the years leading up to the Fantastic Four's release, between the casting announcements, between the trailers and the interviews, I kept getting this feeling that the movie is going to be a disappointment. Now, just to be clear, I don't go into movies wanting them to be bad. In fact, I read Fantastic Four comics as a kid, and they are the first family of Marvel, so I really did hope that somebody...
You don't go into movies wanting them to be bad. Interesting. another failed sequel, disappointing mess, box office flop. Yeah, you don't go into movies wanting to be bad. Sure, bro. Totally believe you. 100%. I totally believe that. 100%. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I had fun with Love and Thunder. I can admit it's a little too much at times. Comedy and beating on all the emotional moments does get tiring, but I had fun. Hey, if you have fun with the movie, you do you, man. I personally think the overdoing of like comedy, I feel like ruined Thor as a character. Yeah, I think that was partially the reason why the movie just wasn't well received. Like the gore stuff was great. The gore stuff was great. I will say that. But everything else was just terrible. It was just bad.
Nobody would do them justice. We've had a number of different...
Like, having jokes wasn't the issue. It was just that there was so much of it. To where it's like, okay, this feels like a kid's movie. it feels like this was a movie made for kids. There's just way too. The jokes weren't having jokes in the movie isn't an issue, but it's just too much comedy. Like, hey, we don't need to put a joke in every single. Yeah, they fucked that up. That's just me though.
Cinematic versions of the Fantastic Four over the years, and while I liked certain things about some of those, it certainly felt like there was room for a really good adaptation. Now in this video, I'm going to be discussing the general plot of the movie. I won't spoil anything beyond what we've already seen in trailers, which is a lot, and marketing, which is also a lot. But before we begin, if you can take a second to like and subscribe, it would really help my channel. Any type of support an independent reviewer like myself could get these days would be greatly appreciated.
Do it.
Fantastic Four starts off on an alternate Earth known as 828, which is why everything that we see in it kind of looks like a retro future. So it's not actually the main universe for the MCU. And
yeah, this is cool. What's bad about that?
as opposed to previous versions of Fantastic Four, this one doesn't really show us how they became superheroes. There's just some kind of exposition dump with some clips that we see on a TV explaining that they gained their abilities from being exposed to a cosmic ray on a space flight. It also shows them in action and
yeah, but why is this bad though?
Establishes that they're already known in their world and respected.
Yeah, I like that. I actually like this new trend that superhero movies are doing, like the Batman did this, Superman did this, where it's like, because there's already so much media that's already like established their origin story, what a lot of movies are doing these days are kind of just skipping over that and just hopping straight into the story. So it's like, okay, we don't really need to try and cram their origin in, because it's like most people already know this. I like that. I like that they're not wasting time and getting straight to it, just straight to telling the story. I think Spider-Man did this because it's just like they're already established at that point. A lot of these characters' stories are already popular and established, like at that point. Like we don't need to see their origin for like the 100th time. I like that superhero movies are like doing that now. That's one thing I will say I like about the new superhero movies. I don't see why why going in knowing that they're already established. I don't see why that's a bad thing.
And then one day, suddenly, after they find out that Sue is pregnant, a female Silver Surfer arrives and tells planet Earth that Galactus is coming and that he's a cosmic being that consumes planets. And basically,
haters in fiction tournament vid? I don't do haters in fiction. We could do a live stream, but I don't really do videos like that. We could talk about that in the Discord, but I only do videos like that. Say it with me now. We don't need every hero to have an origin story. Yeah. I don't see why that's a bad thing. But maybe he explains it later on. I don't know.
Earth is going to be destroyed. And after this warning, the team does some research and ultimately they decide to head out into space, try to find Galactus, and try to negotiate with him to save Earth. And since Sue Storm is pregnant, Galactus is willing to spare Earth if she gives her son to him. And of course, they refuse, and then the Fantastic Four go back to Earth, and obviously at the end, there's a big showdown, and the movie pretty much concludes in exactly the way you'd think it would. Now, as I've said, there were adaptations of Fantastic Four in the past. The Roger Corman version, which was mainly just made to obtain rights in a very cheap way, it really did look cheap, but I still...
Oh my god, that shit looks...
Mainly just made to obtain rights in a very cheap way, it really did look cheap.
Holy fuck, that's nightmare fuel right there. I mean, it's old. Obviously, that's why it looks like that, but that shit haunting your dreams. That is nightmare fuel. Holy fuck.
But I still think, in spite of that, it did have some heart, and you could feel that the people involved in it were genuinely excited to be there, which is at least something. Then you had the Jessica Alba versions, which had their own issues, but at the same time, I did like the casting of all 4 characters, especially Reed Richards, and whatever flaw...
Yeah, I like these movies. I don't think they're particularly bad. I think there were a couple creative choices that were like Galactus and the Cloud and shit like that. But I think these movies were just fine. I still think First Steps is better, though.
As those movies had, there was an element of fun to them, which I also liked. Then we had Fan Four Stick, which obviously was an absolute disaster. And if I...
Man, Fan Four Stick is just terrible. That shit was dog shit. Now, one critique I had and haven't seen people mention is that the promos and trailers literally give you the whole movie. They gotta stop. Yes, they have to stop doing that. It screams that you don't have confidence in your art. Yep. They do be doing that. Yep. They did that shit with Multiverse of Madness. I remember I was so mad when they showed the fucking X-Men in the trailer and stuff like that. Good thing now they didn't do that for No Way Home, but that's something that they've been doing lately. They gotta stop doing that. Cause now it's just like save your good cards for the movie, man. Why are y'all showing every single little detail about the movie? I agree with that. I don't know why they keep doing that. I get it. I think they do that to try and to get mainstream movie goers to see the movie. That's really the only reason they showed Red Hulk. Cause nobody was gonna go see that movie if they didn't show Red Hulk. They did that to get more people to go see the movie. Cause they know how much fans want to see Red Hulk. But yeah, they need to stop doing that. I will say that.
I had to describe what... Then we had Fan Four Stick, which obviously...
Yeah, this was just terrible. This felt like... This movie had First off, the effects were terrible. And then it was trying to be this dark, gloomy science military type of thing. Fantastic Four 2015 is if Zack Snyder is if they put Zack Snyder in charge of the Fantastic Four. This movie was trying to be dark as fuck for literally no reason. You had Dr. Doom popping heads, popping people's heads open, stuff like that. This movie felt like if Zack Snyder was put in charge of the Fantastic Four. Keep that nigga away from superhero movies. That's what this whole fucking movie felt like. This just doesn't scream Fantastic Four, at all. When you look at this, in contrast to, Fantastic Four First Steps, and even Marvel Rivals, that has a better vibe of the Fantastic Four than the fucking 2015 movie. This is Fantastic Four. I don't know what the fuck this shit is. I don't know what the fuck this shit is. This is some, like, this is Snyderverse Marvel right here. That's what this is, bro. That shit was dark as hell for no reason. He would have made it look good. Oh shit. You know what? I'm gonna let him be. I'm gonna let you be, bro. I'm gonna let you be. That's what I've been saying about Brave New World. Red Hulk being a slow reveal in the actual movie would have been a pleasant surprise and played out better than being spoiled in marketing. Yeah, I agree. But we all know they did that to get more people in seats. I know why they did it, but it was just annoying. They pulled out all their cards too early. And then we didn't even see that much of him. Like, don't get me wrong. I still think Brave New World is pretty good. I think it's decent. But they did all that promo for Red Hulk just for us to get one fight. Like, what? Like, come on, man. You play Marvel Rivals? No. I'm just simply saying that how the fuck does a video game do a better job than a fucking $100 million movie? Like, bro. This was just a whole L in like every department. It was just terrible.
Obviously was an absolute disaster. And if I had to describe what I thought about this new Fantastic Four, I'd basically say that it was boring and Richards, and whatever flaws those movies had, there was an element of fun to them, which I also liked. Then we had Fan Four Stick, which obviously was an absolute disaster. And if I had to describe what I thought about this new Fantastic Four, I'd basically say that it was boring and lackluster, to an extent that while I was sitting in the theater, somewhere around the halfway point, I legitimately felt like going to sleep. And that's really not the kind of feeling you're supposed to get.
Hang on, because I was paying attention to chat. Let me see let's see what he's saying.
Of fun to them, which I also liked. Then we had Fan Four Stick, which obviously was an absolute disaster. And if I had to describe
that was terrible.
What I thought about this new Fantastic Four, I'd basically say that it was boring and lackluster, to an extent that while I was sitting in the theater, somewhere around
boring and lackluster is crazy. Hold up, let me let him cook. Let me let him cook.
The halfway point, I legitimately felt like going to sleep, and that's really not the kind of feeling you're supposed to get in a Fantastic Four movie. And while I was watching it, I was trying to figure out what wasn't working for me, and the
the Fantastic Four movie was it was pretty fast paced. I don't know how you can, maybe because there wasn't as much action, but even then the story is was moving. I don't know how you could look at that and say it was boring. I don't get that. I very much
one thing
disagree.
that I have to say is, I was watching it, I was trying to figure out what wasn't working for me, and the number one thing that I have to say is probably the casting, because Pedro Pascal is the worst casting ever for Reed Richards in the history of Fantastic Four casting. I never believed.
No, this is over-exaggerating. I think he was fine. He was pretty good, actually. Very much a genius in the movie. Leader in charge. His read was fine. I feel like he's just over exaggerating. Hey, hi CHD, I got a dip. All right, bro, take care, man.
Believe for 1 second that this
it felt slow for me. LOL, maybe because of Superman. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I agree. I think the pacing could have used a little bit of help of tuning up. But I wouldn't say it was boring. But I did say earlier I preferred Superman because of more action. So, I'll give that to him. You know what? I'll give that to him.
Guy is who he says.
I'll give that to him. I'll give that to him. But I disagree with the casting choice though.
Is instead of being this very kind of clever and sharp guy, the whole movie just feels like a complete imposter. Maybe part of that is also the screenplay that writes him out to be kind of a dum-dum to begin with, but Pedro Pascal himself...
He's not a dum-dum in the movie, though. he's not dumb in the movie.
really isn't charismatic or sweeping enough here to begin with, but Pedro Pascal himself really isn't charismatic or sweeping enough here to make me change my mind about it. And with all due respect, I'm not saying that Vanessa Kirby is a bad actress.
I mean, is Reed the charismatic type though? I think they portrayed Reed pretty accurately in the sense that like he's more of like analytical, or like I feel like the charismatic stuff was more like Tony, where Reed is more like logical and analytical. I mean, I feel like the charisma was there, but I don't think that was like an absolute. Because Reed is more like a genius than anything else. You gonna do another stream on another superhero movie soon? Yeah. What's coming out? It depends on what's coming out. No, don't give that to him. I mean, that's more so just preference. I mean, if he, because I did say there could have been a bit more action, so maybe I could see how he got bored at some points. So I'll give that to him. I'll give that to him. But I don't think it was like boring to the point where like you want to fall asleep. I feel like that's an over exaggeration. But I could see if maybe like if he says, "Hey, maybe I was bored at some points." Okay, fine. I'll give that to him.
But she doesn't convince me as Sue Storm either. I don't like her in this role at all. If I have to point out one cast member that maybe was passable, it's Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, but while he wasn't terrible, the overall cast here does.
Reed was almost super logical in the comics so much that Sue had to drag him out of his lab to spend time with his family. Yeah, I feel like the charismatic stuff was more so like Tony, where Reed is more like in his head type shit. So I feel like that was like accurate. That was why this version of Reed was so accurate.
Does not hold
so
a candle.
I don't think the casting was bad at all.
To the Jessica Alba. But while he wasn't terrible, the overall cast here does not hold a candle to the Jessica Alba cast. Not by a long shot. And in fact, I actually think that if this was in an alternate universe anyways, Kevin Feige should have just made a third movie with the original Fantastic Four cast, make it good, and have them introduce an older son of theirs, Franklin, which maybe then Feige could have imported into his own MCU. That would have...
No. Would they even want to? Would those older would they even want to come back? I mean, they were at the showing, but would they want to come back? I'm personally glad we got new actors. Like, this is a whole new universe. Yeah, I think that's definitely something they could have did, but that on its own, that doesn't make this casting automatically bad. Yeah, they were already hating on the cast before the movie and took that into the movie thinking it would change, LOL. Yeah, and then I even heard that the director of the older movies had made, basically he was trying to like, he basically told Jessica Alba to like not do any like out of line stuff as Sue Storm. Like he was telling her to like, hey, don't like keep your head down. Like don't be standoffish type of shit. Like basically like, yeah, almost entirely fan service with barely any character. Like it was pretty bad. I heard the behind the scenes was pretty bad with that movie. With the stuff that he was telling her to just stay as like a sexualized figure. Like Jessica was, because I read Jessica was done dirty as fuck behind the scenes. They were telling her, hey, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that. You know, can't raise her voice, can't do this, can't do that. I don't think she would have wanted to come back, to be honest. Yeah, she had to basically be eye candy, pretty much. Yeah, I heard it was bad.
been way cooler. And the fact that Ion Gruffud and Jessica Alba are so close in their age to Vanessa Kirby and
I mean,
Paige.
I wouldn't mind seeing a third movie from them. I just don't think it should be in the MCU. I don't think they would really fit. Their aesthetic would really fit in the MCU.
Pascal makes the fact that Feige didn't use them even more baffling. And you know, I've seen some reviews and they're saying it's such a great tribute to Jack Kirby and the visuals are so nice and it's retro future. But you know what? I don't care about any of that. If the movie is miscast and the screenplay is dull and the
you know what this retro future stuff kind of reminded me of? It was taking me a while to think about it. It reminded me of The Incredibles. Cause I think it wasn't I think that's another reason why this worked so well for me. Because wasn't Incredibles retro futuristic as well? Like it took place in like the 60s and 70s, but it also had like modern technology and future stuff in it. I'm trying to... I was trying to think of that. I'm like, that's what that shit reminded me of. Hold up. Yeah. See, okay, I knew I wasn't fucking crazy. I knew I wasn't crazy. That's another reason why I think this worked so well for me. That's what it reminded me of. This gave me like a very much like a vibe of The Incredibles. I think that's why it works so well with the Fantastic Four. I think that's why it worked. Cause I'm like, it felt like I was watching if they can take inspiration from this for the next movie, if they could pull more, because I know they pulled some, but if they could pull more from that, I feel like we'd have a banger Fantastic Four franchise. Same composer for the film as well. That's very interesting. I think that's why the retro futuristic stuff works so well with Fantastic Four. I think that's why it works. Because if you think about it, the Fantastic Four, they're basically the Incredibles, pretty much. Or is it the other way around? It doesn't matter. But they're basically the Incredibles.
It's such a great tribute to Jack Kirby and the visuals are so nice and it's retro future. But you know what? I don't care about any of that. If the movie is miscast and the screenplay is dull and the dialogue is boring and everything just kind of drags along.
How are they miscast? I don't know how you can look at that, especially with the chemistry that Pedro and Vanessa had in the movie. I don't know how you can see that and say like and say they were miscast and say it was boring. Like, I love how Reed's like analytical, calculatory approach, like sometimes that actually clashes with Sue's personality at times. Like, especially like I remember in the movie they got into like an argument because Reed like genuinely considers like giving Franklin up to Galactus because it's like the most logical action. And Sue's like, what the fuck? Did you actually consider that? And he's like, well, no. And it's like, they bounce off, like their personalities bounce off of each other so well, bro. It's insane. I don't know how you can look at that and say it's boring.
Then there's nothing really good for me to say about it. And while I know that maybe we've seen in other movies how they got their powers, I would have liked to have seen that again. I didn't like seeing it as an exposition dump, because they expect you to care about these characters from the get-go, and you're not invested in them at all. You just don't care what they're even doing. And for some reason...
They're literally trying to save their planet. Like, what? They're trying to save their universe and protect their child. Like, what do you mean you can't invest in them? They literally give... Okay. I'm gonna just let them talk.
And there's violins playing in the movie every second. Maybe the guy doing the score just thought that it was boring, so he kept having people play violins. But it just comes out like The Young and the Restless, which makes this even worse to watch. The only thing that I kind of liked about the movie is that I liked seeing Galactus look like Galactus. In the past, when we saw him in 2007, he looked like a collection of farts, but now...
Yeah, that shit was fucking ass. I don't know why the fuck they did that shit.
Now he actually looked...
I'm really glad. This this is one of the few times where like it was better to go the comic book accurate route and just show what he actually looks like. But that shit was ass.
Menacing, but that's not enough for me to say that I like a movie. I just need much more than that. And surprisingly, while people have said that this is better than Thunderbolts and better than Superman, two movies that certainly had their issues, I would say...
Yeah, I think they're on the same level. Fantastic Four and Superman. I found Thunderbolts to be average. A lot of people disagree with me on that. It is what it is. I think Thunderbolts was decent. I don't think it's anywhere as good as Superman and Fantastic Four, though. I'm going to be honest. Thunderbolts was just alright to me compared to Superman and Fantastic Four. It's not a bad movie, but it's just alright. Superman and Fantastic Four, I think they're pretty much on the same level for me personally. I actually felt the family aspect in this movie, unlike the other movies, and the wonder moments too. Yeah. This movie, like, it just brought a sense of, like, especially with the whole retro futuristic stuff, it just kind of brought a sense of, like, wonder that, like, the other adaptations lacked, so to say. I think that's what was really missing from the other Fantastic Four movies. The Cloud Galactus could have been cool if it turned out that the real Galactus was in it the whole time and the Cloud was due to his size. A good point. But yeah, it seems like Marvel's making a comeback. DC was making a comeback. And here's the thing. I've always made this point. The reason why Marvel, I felt like, fell off is because they didn't really have any competition. Because they kind of got confident, like, after Endgame, they knew they had the bag. Because DC was still kind of putting out trash at the time. You know, so Marvel got a little bit too comfortable. I always say this, competition breeds greatness, right? Marvel and DC are now back to competing again. That's why we're getting bangers now. As soon as they saw Fantastic Four, as soon as Marvel saw Superman, they were like, oh shit, we got to step our game up. And how much hype there was surrounding that movie and the Batman, as soon as they saw them put out bangers with the Batman, bro, Marvel was like, oh shit, we got to step our game up now. So now that they're back competing, now they're trying to make good movies again. Competition is what forces companies to step out the woodwork. For real, for real. Like, Marvel and DC need to always be competing if we want good movies. Genuinely. I genuinely believe that. Yes, the first few movies were cool, but lacked what made the comics so good. Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. But yeah, it seems like we're slowly getting back there. Not there yet, but I think if we could keep going, yeah, we'll get there. To say Thunderbolts is better than Captain America: Brave New World, but both Superman and Fantastic Four are a step up for comic book movies this year. I disagree. I think Marvel just noticed their flaws and saw it was losing the money, and they were finna be like how they were back in the 90s. And that's part of it. That's part of it. But I feel like Marvel definitely got too comfortable at a certain point. And after I think they saw DC step up, they kind of realized, oh shit, yeah, we got to win our fan base back. I also think Marvel was more focused on introducing more characters that they wouldn't have to solely rely on a handful like they did with the old guard. That's another good point. I think it's a combination of Marvel not really having a direction and also not really having any competition. And now we have both of those, which is why we're getting good movies again. Kind of.
It's less than those movies. In fact, the only superhero movie that I've seen this year that was worse than Fantastic Four was probably Captain Falcon: Strange New World. And that's really, really not...
Oh, yeah, and it was also like the quantity over quality thing. Where it's like they were more so focusing on how many movies and shows over how good are the shows and movies that we're making are. So that's another one. It was a combination of the three.
A good place for you to be. And considering that this was supposed to Strange New World, and this, then Fantastic Four was probably Captain Falcon Strange New World. And that's really...
Oh my god, bro. Captain Falcon Strange New World?
Really not a good place for you to be. And
can somebody... Here's the thing. Can somebody please tell me what was bad about that movie? No one can tell me what was bad about Brave New World. Like, at most, you can maybe say, like, it was mid. But nothing about Brave New World was, like, bad. No one in the movie made out-of-character decisions. The action was on point. The pacing was decent. There was character development in the movie. Like, the only thing you could really say is that there could have been more Red Hulk. And maybe, I don't know, flesh out Sam a little bit more, but the movie was fine. I don't know why people are acting like this is the worst movie ever made. There's nothing inherently bad about the movie. Like, people was complaining, oh, well, there's Incredible Hulk characters in it. Okay. Like, we're in a shared universe? I don't know how all of a sudden that makes it an Incredible Hulk movie. Because we know Punisher and Kingpin are going to be in the next Spider-Man movie. Does that all of a sudden make Spider-Man 4 a Daredevil sequel? Like, it's a shared universe. I don't... Like, Captain America squares up against Hulk villains all the time in the comics. I don't... That never really made... Those critiques never made sense to me. I think Sam was too flat of a character. It should have been more fleshed out. I disagree. I don't think he acted very much in character in the movie. I don't... I disagree with that. I don't think Sam was flat at all. I think he was fine. I think a lot of the issue people were saying was just like the plot and stuff, but the plot was fine. It was very straightforward. Guarantee they won't have that same energy for Spider-Man. Oh, they won't. They won't. They won't. They won't, bro. I don't think Kingpin is going to be in the next Spider-Man movie. I'm confused. Wasn't Fisk confirmed to be in Spider-Man 4, or am I tripping? The bad thing for me is reusing the Falcon and the Winter Soldier character arc. But they didn't reuse the arc, though. I don't know what you mean. If you mean in the sense that, like, the whole, like, I'm not worthy of Captain America, they didn't even do that in the movie. He was already practically established as Captain America going into Brave New World. So they didn't reuse that arc at all. That's just a convo we'll have for another time. But I feel like a lot of the criticism surrounding Brave New World is like super disingenuous, to be honest. Again, is it amazing? No, but it's definitely not bad like people are saying it is. It's just decent. It's just fine. Yeah, not to mention Sam was already fleshed out in a show prior. Like, what do y'all want? Punisher is confirmed for Spider-Man 4. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, okay, there are rights problems with Kingpin. Okay, that makes sense. But still though. But y'all see my point. But let's see if we can finish this.
That's really not a good place for you to be. And considering that this was supposed to be Kevin Feige turning a new leaf or something like that, I really feel like
I will say, though, I do think First Steps is better written. I think First Steps is overall a better movie than Brave New World, for sure. I will say that. I just also don't think Brave New World is also as bad as people are making it out to be. That's all I'm saying.
movie doesn't deliver. I would even say that maybe this is a sign that after the upcoming Avengers movie, maybe Kevin Feige should think about retiring, and maybe even Disney giving a 5-year break to this franchise in general, because I feel like it's going in the wrong direction, and Fantastic Four has not changed my opinion. In terms of box office, I don't think this is going to do all that great. I think this is probably going to make less than Superman and less than Jurassic World this summer, and if I myself had
it already passed. I think it already passed its budget in like the first weekend. I think so. I think the movie's doing pretty well right now. I don't think it's gonna be doing better than Superman, but it's doing pretty well for a Marvel movie right now.
To give it a score, where anything below a 60 is considered a failure, I suppose I would give it a 55 out of 100. It has some aspects of it that show that it's a professional production, but not enough for me to even give it a passing grade, because of how bored I was while I was watching it. And if you enjoy
55 out of 100 is crazy. It's his opinion. Okay. It's his opinion. But 55 out of 100 is crazy, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Enjoy getting honest reviews from an independent reviewer like myself, please make sure to like and subscribe. As I said, anything you could do to help support my channel would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching, my friends. Thank you, and good day.
I am such an awesome guy. I make so many.
Let me see the box office real quick. Box office. Mojo. Hang on. We're going to take a look at it real quick. 241 million. Oh, shit. And it just came out 3 days ago? That's a pretty strong opening weekend, exceeding the performance of some recent Marvel movies. Yeah, people aren't tired of superhero movies. They're tired of bad superhero movies. Yeah, it already flew past its budget. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Jurassic World got 700. Hold up. No, the fuck it didn't. Hang on. How much did it make? 725,000 is crazy. I mean, Jurassic World is a $1 billion franchise. It is a $1 billion franchise. It is. But that's insane. Not surprising though. Because the dinosaur community is huge. Because I know Dominion was shit, and that movie still made $1 billion. Like, of course, I'm not surprised that this made 700 mil. Not surprised at all. But I heard some people were saying they saw it and it was pretty good, so I don't know. Can't really judge it until I watch it. Can't really judge it. All right. That movie made Scarlett Johansson highest grossing actress currently. Here's the thing. I remember I loved the first Jurassic World. The first Jurassic World, I think was good. Because I have not seen the older Jurassic Park movies. I have only seen Jurassic World, Jurassic World Kingdom, and Dominion. I haven't seen the older ones. I need to. But I remember loving Jurassic World. I remember I thought Fallen Kingdom was okay. And then Dominion was ass. And I was like, yeah, I'm done with this franchise. I was like, yeah, I'm done with this franchise, bro. I don't know. Like, what do y'all think? What do y'all think about Jurassic World? Hang on, I'll be right back. We straight, chat. We straight. Unbased, go watch the original 3. I'm gonna watch the original 3, bro. Dominion was okay. Never cared about Jurassic World. Damn. For real? I'm gonna probably rewatch Jurassic World after this stream. I ain't got nothing to do right now, or I ain't got nothing to do until, because I don't go back to work until what's today? I don't go back to work till Friday, so I'll probably watch some of the movies. That's 10 lashes. Shut your ass up. All right, let's look at what Jester Boss has to say, and then we'll call it a night. Hang on.
Okay, take 2. This is the Fantastic Four review that I'm trying to articulate and get out there. Hi, everyone. Female Frodo Baggins here. I watched Fantastic Four, my most anticipated movie of the
Jester Bo, Fantastic Four is the most frustrating movie of the year. I mean, Jester Bo kind of hates everything, though. Pedro Pascal looks like the type to get injured in a pillow fight. Between watching Super Slop and Fantastic Slop, saving my money and refusing to watch both of them has been the best financial decision of my life. Interesting. Okay.
Year. A movie that I had kind of written off at one point as just going to be another disappointment in a year of the worst blockbusters I know that I've ever experienced. But I was hoping against hope going into it that it would turn out to be something good, because I was seeing some positivity from people that I would normally expect to not like this. And guys, I just want a good movie. That's all I want. And I just want to see these characters done right. So going into this film...
See, they always say that. Oh, I just want a good movie. I just want a well-written film. But y'all will literally go into these movies finding anything to complain about, which is the crazy part. That's why I don't believe y'all when y'all say stuff like that.
Really wanted to find good in it. And I'm not saying that I really wanted to pull in some enjoyment out of it, and I really wanted to find a good movie here.
Also, weren't you one of the ones shitting on Pedro before the movie came out? Find it a little bit hard to believe that I find it a little bit hard to believe that you came into this wanting it to be good. Just saying. So I'm gonna go ahead and call bullshit on that.
Is why I can confidently announce that Fantastic Four is the most frustrating film I watched all year. Why? Because there is good to be found in this movie. Good that I want to talk about. In fact, guys, this movie is better than Superman. It's better than Brave New World. That's the easiest thing to do. It's better than Thunderbolts. It's probably the best superhero film I've seen all year, but the problem is the bar is in hell, as they say, completely. As much as I can say that at least there are good elements for the Fantastic Four movie, there are so many things that ultimately bring it down. I probably enjoyed it on a first watch more than...
why are we acting like good movies can't have some negative qualities about them? I mean, not every good movie is perfect. Like, we can acknowledge that the movie has some issues, but that doesn't make it a bad movie. Like, bad movies can have good stuff in it. Good movies can have bad stuff in it. I don't...
Anyone else in my group.
Like, they act like every movie has to be, like, perfect. Like, Spider-Verse levels of writing. I'm just like, not every movie is gonna be that, bro.
But it was one of those films where you just have to think about it. And the more you think about it and how it falls short and how it fails and the shortcomings, the more it is torn down. Looking around online, I actually see an overall...
Yeah, every movie nowadays is either terrible or a masterpiece. It can't be a middle ground. Can't be anything in between. If it has one or two issues in it, it's the worst fucking thing ever made. Minecraft movie was mostly bad, but had some good qualities. True. And you know, the Minecraft movie made $1 billion. I don't know if y'all knew that. Even with everybody shitting on the movie before it came out, the Minecraft movie ended up making $1 billion fucking dollars. That's insane.
Low
and
energy.
That movie was terrible.
From people talking about this film. Like, when it came to Superman, people were just so passionate, and I could not escape the discussion for weeks. But even with this film, low energy from people talking about this film. Like, when it came...
I like the Minecraft movie. It's dumb fun. But writing-wise, it's not very good. But I mean, it's like... It's Minecraft, like, you feel me? No one's going into Minecraft looking for a good story, so... You know, it's for kids. So, you know, it is what it is.
Came to Superman, people were just so passionate. Energy from people talking about this film. Like, when it came to shortcomings, the more it is torn down. Looking around online, I actually see an overall low energy from people talking about this film. Like, when it came to Superman, people were just so passionate, and I could not escape.
I mean, I'm pretty sure every reviewer in the past few days has come out expressing how much they liked Fantastic Four. So, I mean, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean by that, Jester Bell.
The discussion for weeks. But even with this film, I'm just not seeing people really come out of the woodworks to talk about it. And there doesn't seem to be that true excitement and passion, even from people who say they like the film. And
there is. I mean, if you... Fantastic Four First Steps review. I don't know what world you're living in. Yep. Excited. Oh, look, that's me. Excited. You have this weirdo. Even Tyrone liked the movie. He liked the movie. Angry Joe liked the movie. I don't know what you mean, man. You seem to be in the minority. So I don't know why you think you're speaking for everyone when you say, "Oh, no one's acting like they like the movie." Yes, they are. If you look at any review from any regular reviewer, they definitely are.
Understand why.
Even Critical Drinker liked the movie. They're not saying something. That is saying something, bro.
And after seeing it, I understand why there's people saying that it's the best Marvel movie they've seen in years and why they thought it was good. But I also completely understand people who say that the film was boring and did nothing for them, because I saw both sides in this film. I would say that the movie ultimately falls short, but the reason why that is so frustrating is because it seemed like there were some points in the film where I thought...
Is Tricky live right now? Hold up. Oh, he is. Well, I'm gonna make this quick. All right, let's go. Let's go ahead and finish this.
If it seemed like there were some points in the film where I thought, if this just wasn't there, then this would have been a great Fantastic Four movie. And I'm going to explain what those elements are and delve into it. This movie is kind of like watching someone run a marathon, and you see them get up to speed and you go, wow, they're really doing amazing. They might win this race. And then they trip themselves, and then they get up and start to run again, and then they trip themselves. That is this movie. And I think it is another in a long line of films that you can tell Disney made at a certain time with a certain sensibility, and then they realized people might not like that, and so they
What are you talking about?
Definitely reworked it to try to change it and salvage it. I have watched... This is like the...
No. Most movies get reworked all the time. Man, what do you... What do you mean?
Fourth film this year that I have watched or third or fourth, that has been clearly reworked because of how they thought people would react to things. And you can tell that
you're still reacting to it in the way that you are, regardless. I highly doubt they even cared about that. It's the same thing where they tried to like demonize Brave New World for reshoots. It's just like, y'all do know most movies have reshoots in them, right? Avengers Endgame had reshoots. Deadpool and Wolverine had reshoots. Like, most movies have reshoots and get reworked multiple times. Now, you could definitely tell in this movie which parts get reworked, but that's not inherently bad. How can you just look at that and assume that how do you know that that's the reason why they reworked it? It was probably just some story beats that maybe we don't know why. I don't know. I feel like that's just off. The film went through reshoots though. I didn't deny that. I'm saying this happens all the time.
the desperation. Apparently this was the most re-edited film ever done from Marvel. You can tell the desperation for them wanting this to be good. But the problem is that I guess they tried to re-edit and make this film the best that it could, but those short...
The I Am Iron Man scene in Endgame happened because of reshoots. That's a good point. Yeah, movies get reworked all the time. That could be improving the story, could be taking some nonsensical story beats out. You can't assume it was because, it's just Disney and oh my God, they were retooling the message. You can't assume that's the reason. We don't know why. We don't know. So that's just like a mute point.
Shortcomings that were always there, just they couldn't get rid of them. But anyway, let's get into the actual review now and talk about all of the elements of this film that worked and how and what didn't work and what made it fall short. So let me talk about what I found was really positive about this film and what gave me a better experience with it than other superhero films this year. Number one, the tone of this film. I've talked again and again and again. I am so tired of what I'm just going to refer to as James Gunn's humor. It used to be called...
There wasn't a lot of humor in this movie. Hold on, what is she about to say?
Joss Whedon humor and be referenced to Marvel, but I'm just going to say it's evolved into James Gunn humor. Every film had become James Gunn's humor. Thunderbolts was Guardians of the Galaxy light again. Superman obviously was James...
Bro, there wasn't a lot of humor in Thunderbolts. I don't know what movie she was watching. There definitely was not, or at least it wasn't as humor heavy as like most Marvel movies. Same with Fantastic Four First Steps. There wasn't a lot of humor in this movie.
Gun on steroid with
and y'all want to say she's not a grifter. Y'all say she's not a grifter, bro. Come on now.
Humor. Constantly having this James Gunn humor undercut emotional moments and stakes.
Yeah, that didn't happen
sort
in this
of
movie
tension,
at all.
so that I can't get invested in the film. That is what has been happening with so many superhero movies, and I'm tired of it. That is why one of the positive elements to Fantastic Four is that it took
okay. All right. Let me be quiet.
Itself seriously. It didn't constantly undercut itself with jokes, and even when there was a little comic relief here and there, it wasn't James Gunn humor. This movie is a science fiction.
All right, let me be quiet. Hold up. Let me be quiet.
Movie, and I didn't expect that from Marvel. It does not feel or look like any Marvel or superhero movie that you've seen in the past decade or more. It feels completely different. And on that
yeah, so it sounds like she likes the movie. Sounds like she likes it.
Level, I really appreciated it. Like, visually, this film is gorgeous. Like, the visuals were my favorite part about it. There's a lot of practical sets and practical animatronics that are used, and I really like to see that after just such a deluge of CGI slop, especially...
But she's still wrong on the Thunderbolts take, though. There wasn't James Gunn humor or whatever the fuck that means. That wasn't in Thunderbolts or in Brave New World for that matter.
From Marvel, I was really just surprised with how good this film looked and how they chose to make it practical for once and moving away from all of the lazy green screens that they once used, even though obviously they would have used green screens at some parts. But overall, it was a brilliantly looking film, and I really liked the lighting and the colors of this film. On that note, the best part of the film for me was when they went to see Galactus, and the visuals of when they go see Galactus. Not only this has some great composition in this film that I haven't seen in a Marvel film for a long time. It just looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it sounds like she likes the movie. Does she have like a timestamp for her critiques or something?
But when they go see Galactus, the visuals are so inspired from movies like the first Alien or Star Trek, the motion picture, and the
James Gunn also made Brightburn. Did he? No, he didn't. Bro, no, he didn't. Oh, he did. Well, he was a producer on it. Okay, he was a producer. That's crazy. I did not know that. But Brightburn was extremely dark, though. Brightburn was pretty dark. Yeah, right. I did not know that. I didn't know he was involved in Brightburn. I didn't know that shit. That's insane, because Brightburn is pretty edgy.
Wrath of Khan, the early Star Trek films.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's still James Gunn-esque, though, because it does get pretty edgelord at times. Maybe not necessarily in the humor department, but he's definitely like edgy, like the James Gunn type of like edgy. I think it makes it that. I think that makes sense. That makes sense.
You can tell how the great sci-fi films of the past inspired this film, from the visuals and the tone. And so, on that level, like the middle part of the film was my favorite part. Because I was like, I can't believe it. I'm watching a Marvel movie that is not using the same formulaic James Gunn humor style over and over again. I'm watching a movie embrace the science fiction elements of it. I'm watching a movie that doesn't want to undercut every scene with a joke. I'm watching a Marvel movie that actually looks visually appealing and wants to allow itself to have stakes. And at that point, I thought, I'm watching a Marvel movie.
He didn't work on it. He only produced. Isn't that the same thing? Like he produced it. Isn't that similar? Isn't that him like working on it?
Movie that might actually have something on its mind, that might actually have a theme to explore and have something to say about it. Because obviously, as the plot is out there now, is about Galactus wants Franklin Richards, the child of Reed and Sue, and he wants that, and he will spare their Earth if he gets the child, but they won't give that.
But I sense a but coming.
That up, and so that is the ethical dilemma that seems like it's coming about at the center of this film. And on that note, I'm like, this is really interesting. You have something here. Once again, would not expect this from a Marvel film. And for a while there, when the characters are kind of down and out thinking about that, for a while there, it really was selling me on this film. And I thought, guys, this would have been a great Fantastic Four movie. But why do I say would have been?
I sense the but incoming. Sense the but.
Well,
let's hear what she has to say.
Now we have to explore all of the shortcomings of this film. The main problem with Fantastic Four, it was the problem from the beginning. I listed it as my 5th problem in what was killing my hype for the film, and it's come to fruition in the final cut. The main problem with Fantastic Four is...
Let me guess. She's going to say the casting. She's going to say the casting. Just random guess. That's probably what she's going to say. But Pedro is not a good Reed Richards. 100%. Oh, see, look, it's even on the screen. Yep. Knew it.
In the final cut. The main problem with Fantastic Four is the casting. This casting is so
I'll take my 1,000.
lackluster. It's so low energy, and they lack so much chemistry with each other. For the beginning of
Oh my god. Again, I don't know how you can look at the scenes between Pedro and Vanessa as Sue and Reed and say there's no chemistry. I don't know. I genuinely don't. Their personalities, all of their personalities bounce off of each other so well. You can't look at this and be like, there's no chemistry. I refuse to believe that. I'm gonna hear her out, but I don't believe that.
the film, they lack so much chemistry with each other. For the beginning of the film, it really, despite it looking great, it really kind of felt dull and meandering. And sure, you could dig.
Felt dull and meandering. Producer is usually the person who finances the film and helps with concepts, but not really fully working on the film. Okay. I mean, I still see that as like working on the film, though. If they help with concepts, I mean, I still see that as working on the movie. Think Poltergeist with Tobe Hooper and Spielberg. People argue Spielberg overstepped and directed it from the side as a producer. Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. I appreciate that, actually. Thank you for telling me that. Because I thought like an executive producer. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I thought an executive producer and a director were essentially like the same thing, kind of. That's what I thought.
Into it and
Not
dig
exactly,
into what
but like similar. But thank you for clearing that up for me. I appreciate that.
they do with the pacing and the editing and the writing that contributes to that. But for me, I contribute it to the actors, that they are not good as these characters. What kept coming into my mind is that none of these actors really have a good screen presence. Like, compare it to a very lackluster movie like Thor the Dark World, but everyone said that they loved Tom Hiddleston's Loki because he was so charismatic as that character, and he just gobbled up the scenery around him. But for this movie, none of the characters do that. It made me appreciate just how much star power the original Avengers had and how much chemistry the cast had with.
Yank the Gun's meat out of. What does this have to do with good? This is Fantastic Four. What are you talking about? Oh my god. It seems like the only one who has Gunn's meat in their mouth is you. Because this literally has nothing to do with Superman or James Gunn. Like, what are you even talking about? I don't even have the energy to ban you. Are there any mods in chat? Somebody get rid of him. I don't even know. What is he talking about? Even in a Fantastic Four stream, I can't get away from the Snyder Bros. God damn. Y'all niggas need to get a life. Better yet, get a job application. God damn.
Each other. Like, Matt Shackman admitted that he never did any screen tests for these actors for this movie, and he never did any chemistry reads. And my goodness, does it show. There is just...
Wait, what?
Did any screen tests for these actors for this movie, and he never did any chemistry reads. And my goodness, does it show.
I could have swore he brought up that they did do that, though. I could be tweaking. I swore in an interview he said that he wanted to make sure chemistry was one of the most important things that he wanted to nail. I could have swore he said that in an interview. I could be... Nigga, stop. Hold up. It was something. I could have swore there was a literal interview where he said he wanted to focus on the chemistry. Yeah. Max Shackman talks Fantastic Four and the responsibility to get Marvel's first family and the chemistry of the characters right. I could have swore he literally said he wanted to focus on the chemistry. So did he say that? Or is she just saying shit? Or is she just saying that? Is she just lying? I don't want to say she's blatantly lying, but is she just spreading misinformation? I could have sworn he literally said, yo, we wanted to focus on the chemistry.
There is just, like I said,
no, but I could be wrong. I could very much be wrong. But again, there is still very much chemistry in the movie.
Low energy. It feels like every character is a subdued version of what they're supposed to be. Like Johnny Storm, my videos on that have honestly aged well because yes, he does have an element where he's kind of a ladies' man and he kind of is incorrigible and insufferable, but it's severely downplayed. Like, I wouldn't know that he's a ladies' man except for one line that he says and the fact that he hits on female Silver Surfer. His personality is just really subdued from what it should be. And then, I'm
not gonna lie. I kind of agree with this. I think I said this earlier. Or I do feel like they kind of dulled down his ego a little bit too much. Again, I still think he's great. I do kind of agree with this. I don't agree with the whole misinformation shit that she was talking about, but I do feel like they did dial down his ego a little bit, you know, just a little bit. So I agree with her there. Fine, because I said that earlier. I do agree with him there. I don't think that makes the movie bad, though. But you know, I could agree with that a little bit, just a little bit.
Someone like The Thing, guys. The Thing. I'm sorry to disappoint you. He is a non-existent character in this film.
I thought he was a bit muted compared to the original films, but I dug him still. I think The Thing and him were overall underplayed. Yeah, I think the older movies did a little bit more with him. I found the latest Johnny to be the most mature. He's definitely not the most mature. Reed is the most mature, I think, in my opinion. No, it's between Reed and The Thing for me. There's still a little bit of the immature-ness in Johnny in the movie. But I do feel like they kind of dialed down his ego a little bit too much, where it's like, okay, I don't know. Don't know about that one. I kind of agree with this too, but they gave him an important role decoding Silver Surfer's language. That's a good point. That was good. That was good. But he was still fine. I think he was still fine in the movie. Could be that he's matured over time since they've been the Fantastic Four for a few years now. Yeah. Kind of wish I did kind of want to see his ego a little bit though. So in that regard, I'll say I did find Chris Evans's Johnny Storm to be a bit more entertaining in that regard. But this version is still good. He's still fine, especially with the whole like Silver Surfer stuff. Like I think the what they did with his knowledge and his intelligence and stuff like that definitely made up for it. I will say that. I'll say that. And then she's kind of over exaggerating here when she says The Thing is a non-existent character. I disagree. I disagree with that. Again, I think he was a little bit muted from how he was before, but he's still fine.
Like, they didn't seem like they wanted to do anything with him at all. He's just in the background. And then Pedro Pascal was everything that I feared Reed Richards would be, where he just came off as incredibly wimpy and sad throughout the film. Like, I get that he's going
that's over-exaggerated. Wimpy and sad. Like, did we watch the same movie? Wimpy and sad? Like, he's fucking creating teleportation machines, and he literally came up with the plan to stop Galactus, stuff like that. And he literally, doesn't he take charge when, Silver Surfer is chasing them? Like, at light speed inside the ship? Like, Reed is a leader in this movie, bro. He's definitely not sad and wimpy. Like, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't know what she's talking about there.
A very burdened
Let's see. Yeah, let's see if she elaborates on this.
Richards here, and there were some lines in the film that I thought could have been interesting insight into his character, and that I liked what they said about him. Like, he thinks of all the terrible things that could happen to make sure that they never happen, and that he thinks of all the dark things and he goes to the dark places because he wants to make sure that they never happen. There were parts about this film when I'm like, that would have been a good line between the characters, or that would have been a fun moment between the two characters, or that would have been a funny line. But with these actors, with their characters, they didn't have much energy to give, and they didn't really fit their characters. They did not have the loud, distinct personalities that they did from the comics. And so there was just a real lack of energy in this movie, where it's like, I can handle it if your plot maybe.
Yeah, I think we'll just have to just agree to disagree on that one.
It is meandering a bit in the beginning, but if the characters are really entertaining, then I don't care so much, because I'm just here to sit with these characters. That's why I.
Yeah, Reed saved them multiple times in the movie. I think I said before with the whole example, when they were in space, he literally had to take charge. When they were next to the neutron star, he came up with that idea. He came up with the teleportation idea. And then, like someone in chat said, if it wasn't for him, Galactus would have beaten them. That too. Definitely not a sad and wimpy character. Yeah, I feel like she's just lying there.
Read Marvel
Y'all like the stream, by the way. I think I'm gonna look at this a little bit more, and then we just go end it.
And why I would want to come to these movies, but the actors were very much B and C level. There was no one who really stood out. And on that note, I think that in addition to just being the worst casting, like, this is the worst ensemble cast I've ever seen in a comic book film, where I've never.
But you just said earlier that this was better than most Marvel movies. You see how you just contradicted yourself? What are you talking about? What, Jezebel, what are we doing? Seriously, what are we doing?
Seen it where I never used to have a problem with the casting of Marvel films, but I've never seen it where the
she's a grifter, 100%. 100%. 100%, bro. Because she said all these bad reviews are saying the same shit. I do agree the energy does feel flat at times, though I didn't like the overly goofy tone of the 2005 Fantastic Four. Okay, I could agree to the 2005 Fantastic Four being overly goofy, but I don't think the movie felt flat, though, either. I think it was really just the pacing of the story and the plot, but it wasn't really the actors themselves. Like, if you want to see, like, flat acting and bad chemistry, go watch Fantastic Four 2015. That probably had to be the worst fucking chemistry I think I've ever seen in a superhero movie. I don't know how you can look at that and say that this casting choice is somehow worse. Like, no shot. No shot, bro. Let's let her finish, though.
Problem with the casting of Marvel films, but I've never seen it where the actors just do not have it in them to have a real presence as their characters, so that I don't feel invested in anything. But some of that is not the acting themselves. It definitely.
Again, y'all drop a like on the stream, by the way. Drop a like for making me suffer through this shit.
I thought during a portion of this film, there was a portion of this film that I really loved, and it was when they were trying to escape from female Silver Surfer who was after their child, and the visuals looked great, and I liked the tone of it all, and I was like, this would have been a great Fantastic Four movie if you had a different cast, because that was my main problem with the film. But there's more than that. There's more than just the casting.
Y'all was shitting on the cast before the movie came out. So it's just like, I'm not falling for this. Black Human Torch adopted too. I don't care that Human Torch was black. I just think the chemistry was just bad, to be honest. I think all of them were just bad casting choices. I don't think him being black was the issue. I think just the writing, again, just wasn't really there.
Is a severe lack of character development in this film across the board. None of the Fantastic Four, none of them gets an arc in this film. Ironically, the only character that gets an arc in this film, which we'll talk about, is the female Silver.
No, Reed gets an arc, Sue gets an arc. Like Reed's whole arc was like having to learn that the logical choice isn't always the right one, especially when it came to Franklin, stuff like that. Sue kind of had to learn what it means to like be a mother and stuff like that. You know, there's arcs. They get arcs in this movie.
Surfer. But for everyone, which we'll talk about, is the female Silver Surfer. But for everyone else, you have to understand this entire plot.
Oh, and then Silver Surfer, yeah, she gets an arc in this movie as well.
Is entirely focused on the conflict of Galactus wants Franklin Richards and they won't give him up. That is the entire conflict of this film. And as such, it's like we're only watching the Fantastic Four as pieces in this conflict. It's not a character-driven story. It's like we come into this world where they're already established, and it doesn't want to take the time at all for us to get to know these characters. They're just there, and they're experiencing this plot. And I'm like, that is the most crucial thing that you need to do for a Marvel movie. You need to develop those characters so that I care about them, not just so I care about this movie, but they want to make sequels to any of this stuff. You need to have character development. You need to have me care about them.
I mean, sequels do develop the characters, though. Don't these characters get developed over multiple movies? You can't look at one singular movie and be like, oh, well, there's no development. Even with Tony, his development took place over multiple movies. Captain America, his development took place over multiple movies. Thor's development took place over multiple movies. The Guardians' development took over multiple movies. And even then, the Fantastic Four still does get development in this movie. So you're still lying.
But they don't do anything
But there's still room to develop them in future movies, though. I just don't really get this criticism. What does he say here?
But he is a bit more of, the annoying type in the beginning of the film who can kind of get on everyone's nerves and can be more carefree. Not on the level of Hot Rod from the comics and whatnot, but that is there. So later on in the film, where he's showing some empathy and is trying to appeal to the humanity of the female Silver Surfer, and he is instrumental in trying to get her to change. Like, I really felt that moment, and I liked seeing the self-sacrificing elements of Johnny Storm come out when he is so willing multiple times to give his life up for his nephew. I really liked seeing that.
Yeah.
However,
that was cool. That was cool.
Still think it could have been a lot stronger. I still think that you could have just given him his original personality and not felt the need to subdue it in any way, shape, or form, which apparently that was a thing behind the scenes where they're like worried about where we are culturally. So this is what they came up with for what Johnny Storm is supposed to be. He needs to be a subdued version of himself, but I don't understand.
I mean, I don't really think they subdued him, but I think, yeah, I mean, kind of with his ego, but they did amplify his knowledge and stuff like that, his intelligence in the movie. So it's not like they nullified him as a character. They just kind of subdued certain aspects and propped up other ones, which isn't bad. I think, a lot of people found that to be more enjoyable than his usual annoying self. Peter literally needed, we're about to end the stream in a minute. Peter literally needed 3 movies to finally become the full-fledged Spider-Man we all know and love. Yeah, like all these characters' development took place over multiple movies. Yes, we watched Ranting for Vengeance's review at the beginning.
Why they changed Ben Grimm's personality. He is just kind of a soft-spoken rock creature. He doesn't have the Jersey accent or the gravelly voice or any of the fun that the original character has. And once again, he's practically not even in the film. He's non-existent. And then Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. There's stuff that they're trying to do there about how he burdens himself with all the analytics of the world and all that he's thinking about, and that he's bringing that over to him being a father as well. But they ultimately...
To be fair, the idea that a Johnny of all people could translate an alien language is his huge suspension of disbelief. Not really. Because he's a scientist like them. He's not as smart, but he's still intelligent. And not to mention, he was literally studying her throughout the movie. Like, you literally see it. He's taking time, like, doing research, trying to figure out what it all means. Like, I think they made it very believable. I disagree. I don't think it's a suspension of disbelief at all. Like, but if it was like the version of Johnny we saw in like 2005 where he's just stupid, where he's just hot-headed and stupid, then yeah, I would agree with you. But they made him more of a scientist. They made him more knowledgeable in this movie. So I felt like it made sense. The Thing is not from Jersey. Yeah. Well, let's see what she's talking about here, though.
Ultimately, don't do anything with it. And Pedro Pascal is completely unconvincing as this character, where he just comes off as sad constantly. He does not have any of the strength that a Reed Richards character should have. He is the leader throughout the beginning of the film. He is the leader of the team as he should be, but he doesn't have any sort of...
Okay, so yeah, you acknowledge he's the leader of the team, but earlier you say he's wimpy and sad.
Commanding presence. He's just kind of wimpy. He's like all the characters in this movie. He just feels subdued. And
how is he wimpy though? Like, she doesn't elaborate on this at all.
And that's the biggest problem of the film, and why, even though there were good scenes in it and good moments, why I think that people might walk away thinking that it's boring. Because in order to invest yourself in any sort of story, you need to have characters that people feel that they have connected with in some way. But this movie is not interested in its characters. It fails them on both a casting level and a writing level. Now, on that note, this is where I'm going to start talking about straight up spoilers for the movie, complete spoilers. Now,
okay. Well, yeah, I think most people in my chat haven't seen the movie, so I'm gonna spare them this section. But yeah, I don't want to get into complete spoilers because I know some people haven't seen the movie, and I said I wasn't gonna try and touch on it too much, but yeah. I think we're done. Yeah, it's almost 12. I need to go to sleep anyway. But that's gonna be it for the stream. I hate how Fox tried to make Reed this cool guy type of person. Now we have those people complaining. Yeah. Twin, you gotta get rid of the flat top, bro. Shut up. I'm not getting rid of this. I'm gonna probably twist it down. I'm gonna probably have it twisted down later, though. But that's gonna be it for the stream. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Yeah, I have my Discord server pinned for anyone who wants to join. Let me see. Did I pin it? Yeah, I did pin it actually. Okay. Hang on, because my shit's tweaking real quick. Hold up. You gonna be on Tricky stream? Yeah, I'll be there in a minute. I just gotta go grab food. But yeah, I'm out. Thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all like what y'all see, be sure to like, subscribe. Again, join the Discord server if you haven't already. And yeah, I'm out, y'all. Peace. Y'all take care. Have a good one.